Hello, Durud and Shalom. Hi, everyone. I think you all know what has happened. Today, it's a very sad day for many people, Americans, Iranian people, Israelis, and freedom loving people around the world. Today, we lost Senator Lindsey Graham. He died, I think, from a heart attack. And yeah, I just came from the Persian channel that we have, and so many people were in Iran are upset. Iranians especially feel a huge loss. Um, Lindsey Graham was a great friend of the Iranian people, and he was our best friend actually among in the U.S. among American politicians. He was the greatest defender of the Iranian people and of Prince Reza Pahlavi, and we have lost him. We have lost one of our greatest allies, one of our greatest friends, and yeah, I mean, we have statements from Prince Reza Pahlavi, from Prime Minister Netanyahu, from President Trump about this that we're going to go through. But before that, Monkey, do you want to say anything?
Look, I would remind everyone that he was a service member. He served his country for a very long time, and he had the cause of the military and the veterans close to his heart. He always stood up for us, and anybody who is in the military or has been, if they don't know it, they should know. Most people know that he served, and from that side of from that perspective, I can tell you that as a person that knows what it's like to go through the system, there's nothing like having someone in the halls of our representatives who understand what it's like to be a veteran, understands what it's like to have served, why we served when they speak about the things they speak. So we lost a real one.
Hmm. Yeah. I, you know, I think that hopefully he died peacefully uh, in his bed with not that much struggle. I know many Islamic Republic people who are trying to cope for losing their supreme leader in the most horrific way, are trying to now say this was them, that they did this. They're trying to take credit for it with zero evidence. It's just because they had no. This is a huge desperation from the people from the Islamic Republic because they have nothing to show for their supreme leader being killed. Right now, they're doing us a favor by going around and showing how disgusting and vile they are by also celebrating Lindsey Graham's um, death, but also because of their desperation for not actually having anything to show. They're trying to act like this was them. Obviously, this is actually works in our favor to go to show to Americans what these people are and how they are like and how desperate they are for to show strength when they have none. Um, but yeah, this is a loss for us, and this is a picture that I decided to highlight here. Amu Lindsay, he was a huge fan of the Iranian people and our revolution against the Islamic Republic. And you can see here he was in Germany holding the lion and sun flag of Iran in front of the Iranian crowd celebrating him. He did mention that this was one of the greatest experiences in his life, being in front of the Iranian people in this crowd. He said that this experience was like no other before. He never experienced anything like it. He had so much love for the Iranian people. And he also always mentioned, like, when he realized the Iranian people are calling him Amu Lindsay, he mentioned that multiple times. He was bragging about it. He enjoyed that how much Iranian people loved him. And yeah, this is a great loss, and we remember him, and his memory will stay with us forever. And yeah, the Iranian people are right now in Iran remembering him. There's so much messages of admiration and support for him right now from inside Iran. He, yeah, and I also, yeah, go on, Monkey.
I would like to say that there was heart, like there was like a heart condition in his family, right? And being a long time in an airplane is something that is a heavy toll on the heart, right? So when he traveled to Ukraine for this event that he was in, he that would have worn heavy on him. The trip there, the trip back. I'm guessing that might have played into it. Of course, everything is going to be investigated, but I would warn everybody to not fall in the trap of the IRGC's claims and start letting them swell up their chest with this false this stolen valor that they did a great thing. They've never done anything great. Their leadership is our bingo card. So I would, don't let them rejoice in your pain. Don't let them take the credit for this. If there is an investigation that's going to go on, let it go on. If anybody has their doubts, that's fine. But to go ahead and give this credit to the IRGC, I think would be very much, you know, I would say I would call it unwelcome, but it's also unjustified because, if if okay, let me put it to you this way. I'm just gonna logic it out for the chat, right? And I'm just gonna be nitty gritty. If Russia really wanted to get to him, they would get to Zelensky, who's right next to him, right? Like there's no it's not logical that they would get him and not the other one, because one of the things that stops Russia from helping Iran is Zelensky. So that's why I would say, and no one in his country or cabinet would be against Zelensky, because right now, what they want to work with America. So I would stop people from like, hey, this was definitely the IRGC. This is their victory. No, it's not. It's absolutely not. And people want to investigate them. Let the authorities investigate. Let's not do what we did when Charlie Kirk died, that we started to distract from the fact that a leftist had done something crazy, and we started making everything about like some conspiracy. Let's lay the fact out how they are. He did have a heart condition. He did do 2 long trips on an airplane, which is bad for a heart condition. And he was championing the cause of standing against autocratic tyrannies. That's what should be remembered.
Yes. What do you think about how pathetic the regime supporters are right now when it comes to like trying to claim that this is them? Doesn't this show? I think many people within the regime themselves are going to look at, because I will show you what the regime is saying right now. I will show you guys, right? I think many people from the regime, the base of support of the regime, they're so frustrated with the propaganda of the Islamic Republic because they know that the Islamic Republic is trying to lie to them and make themselves look strong even when they're not. And they're going to see this and they're going to get even more angry with the Islamic Republic because it's going to be obvious to them that all they're doing is to try to pretend that they're doing something when they're not. Because so many regime supporters are right now extremely frustrated regarding because they think that the regime is not doing anything to get revenge for the Americans and Israelis. And I think some of them are actually now seeing what's happening. And then when the regime comes and claims that, oh, we did this, like when people from the regime say, come and claim that we did this, their response is like, how is it that everything you claim that you have done, there is no evidence for it that you did it? Why is it that you don't do anything that is obvious that it was you? Why is everything you say that it was us something that you could have a plausible deniability with? Like we can't see that it was you. You're just desperate. Like even the regime supporters are realizing that the regime is desperate and they're just claiming for credit for things that they didn't actually do.
Well, I mean, I think this is they're trying to play this off as a win, and I think I think the streets are not gonna like it. Like they might rejoice in it because that's just how they are, but they're not gonna accept it as an action taken in their name. Like they might say, "Look, this might be a great thing, but you claiming you've done something, you've done nothing, and we know you've done nothing, and we're not gonna let you use this as an excuse like, oh, you got 1 hours, but we got one of you, so let's make a deal. I don't think that's going to pass the mustard. That's not going to pass the sniff test to them. They're going to say, no, 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 no. You can't say, okay, you took the Ayatollah, but we took Lindsay, so we can make a deal now. I think anyone, you know, I think that's the message here. The message here is like, now don't say that this is a reason to take a deal because it's 1-1, right? I think that's what's going to be happening. Like you're not going to be able to pass this off as a reason to pass a deal, and the streets are going to be wary of this.
Can I share this video of you of Lindsey Graham, when he picked up the lion and sun flag of Iran? Look at this, guys. For people who don't know, this is him in Germany, in Munich, in front of a giant crowds of Iranians, and the Iranians are chanting USA, and these are the Iranians who came out for Prince Reza Pahlavi, and Lindsey showed up in front of them. Look at this. Oh my God, the crowd loved it when he picked up the lion and sun flag. The crowd absolutely loved it. It was such a beautiful day, and Iranian people, they got shared. So this video of him went viral.
I think he understands, right? He understands the cause and understanding. Well, like I said before, he's been I think he was like 30-year veteran. Like he was in for a very long time, so he really understands the cause, really understands the problems that the IRGC bring to the world. So, and I think he really understands the plight of the Iranian people under the rule of this evil regime. So I'm not surprised that he would know that this is, what the Iranian people want to see high. They want to see their flag with the lion and sun elevated as high as possible, and that's exactly what he did here. I think this just shows cognizance, understanding. 33 years. I'm sorry, not 30, 33 in the Air Force. Yes. Um, like I said, he's very cognizant of the causes. He's very cognizant of the problems. He's very cognizant of the plight of the Iranian people under the rule of the IRGC. And that's a reason why a lot of people will be very sad, upset, and maybe a little distraught about his passing, especially people close to him. That's why our hearts go out to his family, to his loved ones, to everyone who interacted with him in a positive. Because like sometimes it's coworkers too. Like you may not be family, you may not even be super close friends, but if there's someone you work with and that person is lost, that interaction becomes a special thing. Like it is a type of friendship. Like being able to work together is sometimes a very difficult thing, and once you can do that, that's kind of a special bond, kind of like in the military we become brothers in arms because we work together towards this goal. It's a little more dangerous, but there is a bond that's formed. I'm sure a lot of people that have worked with him will be feeling the loss. I'm sure his family, our hearts go out to them. I was speaking yesterday about mourning. It was more related to Erica Kirk, but now mourning is again in our hearts and mind for the loss of this person. And I'll just say it again: send your best wishes and your heartfelt condolences to the family and the loved ones of Lindsey.
Okay, I want to say, Samantha, I'm very disappointed with you. I've been very patient with you in the chat. I know you're a communist, and I've always been patient with you. And you're right after what happened to Lindsey Graham, you're spreading lies about Amu Lindsey in the chat, even after he came out and supported the Iranian people when they needed him the most. You pretend, Samantha, you pretend to be a supporter of the Iranian people, and now you're spreading lies against the greatest supporter of Iranian people in the United States, saying you wrote Lindsey Graham wants to deprive the American people of food and healthcare. You're lying, and you're lying, and I'm disgusted by you. At this day, you're doing this. I'm disgusted by what you said in the chat, and I'm also disgusted by the fact that you try to hide that from me by writing it in Hebrew instead. I'm very disappointed, and I am angry with you, and I am disappointed in you, because first you lied about our ally on the day that he died. You're spreading lies about Amu Lindsey on the day that he died. 1, 2, you try to hide it from me by writing it in Hebrew. Today of all days was not the day, and I'm very disgusted by you and your comments and the fact that you try to hide that from me.
Can I add something to this? Wasn't he a great ally of Israel? Well, didn't he have to try to help Israel a whole lot? Like this isn't just Samantha. This is Jewish Samantha. Samantha, I want to go live in Israel. This person that is a great ally to Israel. Why would you even like? It makes no sense. This compulsive need to speak whatever might hurt the most, even though you know it's a lie or you don't even know if it's true. It's just something you heard in your echo chamber. It's not helpful. It doesn't help. It's detrimental to your own cause. Like if you even study anything about the things you're trying to do, you would know that you're just hurting yourself, and it's the worst time to do this. So I support
and it's a cowardly. And not only you lied about Amu Lindsey, it's cowardly to try to hide it from me by writing it in Hebrew. It was cowardly. You're a coward, and you're disgusting for writing that. I'm very disappointed in you on this day of all days. Anyways, let me go to Prince Reza Pahlavi's statement on what just happened. Prince Reza Pahlavi saying, I am deeply saddened by the sudden passing of Senator Lindsey Graham, a steadfast friend of the Iranian people and a proud defender of freedom. At moments when moral clarity was required, Senator Graham stood on the right side. When friends were seldom found, he stood alongside the people of Iran in their struggle against tyranny. He used his voice to ensure that the voices of those fighting for justice were heard in the halls of power. His support for Iran's Lion and Sun revolution earned him the title Uncle Lindsey among Iranians. He will be remembered with a profound gratitude and deep respect. We extend our deepest condolences to Senator Graham's family, loved ones, colleagues, and the people of South Carolina and the United States. May he rest in peace, and may others carry on the fight for freedom. And he posted this picture.
This is a different angle from the video we saw earlier, correct?
Yeah, this is from same day.
So this is a gathering of we can see now what you were saying, that this is a sea of people out there, thousands. Like this is more than hundreds. If you look at, that's a lot of people. That's at least 1,000 just in that.
It was hundreds of thousands. That was the Munich police at that time came up with. I forgot what the exact number was, but it was in the hundreds of thousands. But according to Munich police,
goes. So many people.
Yeah. He himself said that he had never had an experience like this in his life on this compared to this day. Okay, and then we had Prime Minister Netanyahu. I don't know who's messaging me. Anyways, okay, I need to. This is not a good time to message me, guys. So Prime Minister Netanyahu saying Sarah posted this message. with this picture of him and Amu Lindsey, saying, Sarah and I grieve with the American people over the loss of our dear friend Senator Lindsey Graham. In our recent meeting, I said Lindsey is a great friend of Israel and cherished friend and a cherished friend of mine. We have no better friend than Lindsey. Lindsey understood that the security of Israel and America are inseparable. He devoted his life to defending America, strengthening our alliance, and standing up for the free world. Israel has lost one of its greatest friends. America has lost a great patriot. I have lost a beloved friend. Our hearts are with Lindsay's family, with the American people at this difficult time. May his values and initiatives continue to guide us towards victory and peace, and may his memory forever be a blessing. And then we had a message also from President Trump. President Trump posted, Senator Lindsey Graham, one of the greatest people and senators I've ever known, is dead. He was always working and was a true American patriot. Lindsey will be greatly missed. Details and arrangements to follow. So sad, President Donald J. Trump.
The way he says details and arrangement, like he is maybe taking like I don't know if he's gonna be there. I think he will be, and like the arrangements, I'm sure that he will be treated with the utmost respect. And that's why I suggest to you guys, don't try to politicize this too much. Try to be respectful as much as you can. Politicizing this, using this as an opportunity, is something that is shameful and harmful.
Yeah, exactly. Um, thank you guys. So let me go back over here because I really love this image with the lion and sun flag in his hand. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you can see more of Amu Lindsay. I'll just respond to some of your super chats. So I'm not going to read you haters' comments. I'm just going to highlight it for you guys to see how vile these people are and how desperate they are to try to claim credit. Because after the Americans and Israel managed to humiliate the Islamic Republic by killing their supreme leader and also make it so that their new supreme leader is either dead or hiding in a hole, there's no gay Ayatollah. They're so desperate to try to pretend that they could do anything similar. So when somebody dies from natural causes, they have to claim credit for it. Gives us an opportunity to show you how vile and disgusting they are, but also it's an opportunity for us to show how this sickness is the cancerous tumor that needs to be taken, destroyed immediately, that needs to be dealt with immediately. And also, I think these people are very upset when they see how much the Iranian people are mourning the loss of Lindsey Graham alongside Americans and Israelis. And it also makes them upset to see their own followers are noticing how the regime how is pathetically trying to claim credit for something that they haven't even done because they couldn't actually do anything that is meaningful against the Americans. We got another super chat over here from Justin saying, goodbye, Senator. We didn't see eye to eye on everything, but we most definitely did for the future of the Iranian people. Thank you for your service. Thank you, Justin, for that message. Thank you. And then we have Push Up saying, Graham, Lieberman, and McCain were the Senate champions of the Iraq surge of 2007. He was the only one I haven't shaken the hand of. He was a believer. Okay. Monkey, why are you going angry?
Samantha keeps lying about Lindsay in the chat.
She even after I called her out, she didn't stop.
Nope. I just wrote something to her.
Okay, look, she's saying, at least I don't pretend to be a patriot while wanting my fellow citizens to serve. Samantha, you are no patriot. You're a garbage person that is spreading lies against Senator Lindsey Graham on the day that he died. You have absolutely zero evidence that Lindsey Graham wanted people to die, wanted people to starve. You're a lying scumbag, and I'm so angry with you.
Can
And
I ask you something? What is one of the
and you
number
are
one causes of
hold on, I'm
starvation?
not finished, Mikey.
It's
Mikey,
communism.
I'm not finished, Mikey. Please let me finish my points, okay? Please, while I'm speaking, okay? Samantha, you are no patriot. You are no patriot. You're a lying scumbag that is lying about Lindsey Graham on the day that he died. Screw you. You are no patriot. You are a lying scumbag. You have no you make baseless accusations against a person that loved the American people. You know, you are the person that hates American people and everyone else because you're the one who hates people because you're the one who thinks all people are evil. You hate people. Senator Lindsey Graham loved the American people, he loved the Israeli people, and he loved the Iranian people. You're the one who hates. You're the one who hates people. Lindsey Graham loved people. And you see the worst in people. You always see the worst in people, while Lindsey Graham saw the best in people, including us, the Iranian people. He didn't want anyone to starve. You're the one who thinks that people deserve any of this because you're the one who thinks people are evil. You know, I had so much hope for you, but you are there. But but you know, today, I know I'm realizing that you are evil. You are evil. You are an evil person that is spreading lies against a great patriot. You are no patriot. Lindsey Graham is a patriot. Your ideas and your values are disgusting and against humanity and against America and against Israel. Samantha, you're a force against Israel. You are a force against Israel. Lindsey Graham was a force for Israel, and you're a force against Israel. And you are no patriot. You're no patriot for America, and you are no patriot for Israel. And it was government.
What I was going to ask you, like all I was going to do is ask you, what is the greatest source of starvation in government? Isn't it communism? Isn't communism what caused so many great famines? Isn't what communists that killed so many Chinese people during Mao, Russian people and people in Ukraine during Stalin's reign? It like didn't wasn't this what happened in Cambodia? Isn't this the same problem everywhere it goes? If anybody wants to starve people all over the world, it's you. It's you who will not examine, will not understand, will stay in your echo chamber, promoting the most harmful thing on earth, and believing that because you in your echo chamber were programmed into being an evil robot, that you must continue to be an evil robot. Like you're talking like an evil pre-programmed robot, having the same programmed reactions, the same programmed rhetoric. Like this is just a talking point. You can't point anywhere at any one thing that proves you right. You're just you're just lying. You're just continuously lying, continuously saying the same thing over and over. You can't prove it. You've never been able to prove it. No one has ever been able to do anything good with communism. There is no greater source of starvation. You don't give a damn about hungry people. You don't give a damn. You don't even know what hunger is. Like you speak about hunger, but hunger is not a feeling that you have ever felt. Why is hunger your cause? Have you ever been hungry? I don't think you've ever been hungry. I just
Right,
doubt it. I have serious doubts. You don't know what you're talking about.
I think I think we need to move on. Push-ups. Thank you so much again. He was champion for the Iraq surge of 2007. He was the only one I haven't shaken hands of. He was a believer. Okay. Thank you, push-ups. Appreciate that. Nollybug, thank you so much for the super chat. Saying Amu Lindsay forever in our hearts. Exactly. You know, may his memory be with us forever. And then push-ups, thank you so much again for the super chat. Saying, you know that ugly lady running the struggle session in the Japanese movie United Red Army? That's Samantha's communist SHIT. Yeah, I haven't seen that. But I don't know what you're referring to, but yep, she does represent some of the worst ideas known to humanity. And thank you, Push-Ups, for the super chat. Sayed with a super chat saying, we are deeply saddened by the profound loss of Amu Lindsey. Our thoughts and prayers are with his family during this difficult time. May he rest in peace. Thank you, Sayed. That's a beautiful message. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. And BT June with the super chat saying, is there an Iranian version of our saying, may his memory be a blessing? Yes. I mean, I think somebody just said that. Yadashun shad bashe. Yes, something like that. Or ruh shad means like may have. Okay, so ruh shad usually it means that may his soul be happy. Okay, but many Iranians are atheists these days. So atheist Iranians say may his memory stay with us, something like that. Yadeshun gerami. So ruha shad means that may their soul be happy, be at peace and happy. And Iranians who don't believe in a god, they say yadeshun gerami, may we have happy memories of them forever, basically. And thank you, BT June. Yeah. And then we have you ban me. Okay, saying, why did you ban me? This is Jew hater. Wait, did we ban
he's lying.
anybody?
I think he's on timeout and he's lying. He's probably lying about the mods.
Yeah, let's not time out people or ban anybody for their garbage views, because in this channel we really do want to see people's garbage takes. We do want to see that. Let me go unban everybody that has been banned, just to be sure. All the people who have been banned so far. No, you're not in the ban list. I don't know what you're talking about. You might have been.
I knew he was lying.
Okay, yeah, you did. But anyways, just to be safe, I'm going to unban all the people who have been banned so far, because in this channel we want to see people's bad takes so that we could respond to them. We only time out and ban people when
spam.
When they make the chat unusable. And it's interesting, Jew hater, that you're crying about being banned, given that you support a regime that executes people for having the wrong opinion. Look at this. Isn't that
yeah?
Isn't that ironic? Isn't that hypocritical? You support a regime that executes people for having the wrong opinion, and you're crying about being banned?
Yeah, that's on this channel. On my channel, I will fucking ban you. Like, Armin knows this. Like, if anybody had any doubt, if you're gonna cry to Armin about what I do on my channel, you're fucked.
Yes. And Texas is saying he was not banned, he was timed out. Okay, so you're crying about a timeout. Unbelievable. You're such a child. Sensitive little snowflake. Go cry to your mom. I mean, you can't go cry to your mom, because then she'll see that you stole her credit card to keep doing these super chats. Yeah. So guys, on Liberty, when in our partner channels, many people will get banned, but the whole point of Liberty Politics itself, the mother channel, the main channel, we want to be able to respond to garbage takes. So that's why the point is to call out garbage takes, the main channel. So that's why the policy here is that we don't ban people's garbage takes, but then the chats of the partner channels, they will probably ban some of these takes, some of these people. Okay, and then we have another super chat by John saying, I met him in 2016 in New Hampshire when he ran for office, even helped his campaign a little. Good guy, well-meaning man, for Ukraine, Syrians, Iran, etc. Yeah, for the world. He was a great man for the whole world.
I think he's going by Lord Bogart there.
Yeah, this is John in our group.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. Oh, so he's also correcting someone saying when Graham ran for president. Okay, so when he ran for president, that you were in his campaign. Yeah, and thank you for the super chats. And then we got Justin for the super chat saying, hey, Samantha, you're literally doing what the Islamic Republic is doing right now with regards to Senator Graham. that should speak volumes to you. Yeah, and you also the Jew hater was agreeing. So Samantha, you're Jewish, and the Jew hater was agreeing with you. So there you go. Just think about that. And thank you, Justin, for the super chat. And Fleshy Interloper with the super chat saying this is a tragic loss. Yeah, 100%. Yes, 100%. It is. And he's saying, remove the timeout then, unless you need to mourn today for your supreme leader. That are you stupid? It's called a timeout, so it will get removed by itself. Do you not know how it's automatic? Oh my god, you guys are so dumb.
How many accounts does this guy have? This is 3 so far, right?
I don't know, but he's so dumb. He's like, remove the timeout. The timeout is a few seconds. It will get time. It will get removed by itself.
No, you know what? Keep super chatting about it. Keep super chatting.
It's in the name. You goddamn idiots. Remove the timeout. Do you not know what timeout means? Unbelievable. Guys, we're so lucky that our enemies are this stupid. Anyways, let's continue with Lindsey Graham. So somebody posted this saying Lindsey knew what had to be done, arm the Iranian people. Let's watch this.
We don't need American boots on the ground. We've got millions of boots on the ground in Iran. They just don't have any weapons. Give them the weapons so they can rise up like we did to destroy this regime. A Second Amendment solution, I think, would go a long way to ending this war. We don't need.
This is 100% correct. Fantastic. See, not only he was such a support, he had so much support for the Iranian people, but he also knew exactly what needs to be done. This is exactly what we have been saying for so long. And Lindsey Graham was basically saying the same thing. This is what exactly the Iranian people need. And then, a monkey, you were talking about this. This was back in March. And this is Senator Graham's view on Israel.
All the anti-Semitites, to all the isolationists, I don't believe. Forget it. I'm not with you. I'm with Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. They're the best ally we could hope for. So we have a commander-in-chief in President Trump, who I think is Ronald Reagan plus. All the
This is, look at this. This was beautiful.
Israel. I will be with Israel to our dying day. They're the best ally we could hope for. So we have a commander-in-chief in President Trump, who I think is Ronald Reagan plus. All the
Israel is the best ally that we could ever want, and I will be with Israel until our dying day. And he was with Israel.
I also want to point out what the communists do to Jewish people. You keep saying you want communism. Communism hates Jewish people because Jewish people tend to believe in property rights. They tend to hand that. That's why many, like many atheists from the diaspora, many atheists that aren't American, align kind of with Christians, because Christians will respect your property rights. Jewish people will respect your property rights. These communistic people, they want to redistribute everything. They hate God because in the Jewish and the Christian faith, you have a right to inherit. Inherit is part of the system, right? We believe in property rights. There's a lot of things about buying and owning in the Bible, and that's something that's ingrained into Western values. So sometimes, anything, like as things develop, it becomes more well known that individual rights are what make a society great. And people who don't like individual rights tend to hate Jewish people and Christians. So that's why there is an alliance between Islam, who doesn't give a damn about individual rights or individual property, and communism, who doesn't give a damn about individual rights or individual property. That's their strongest union. That's why those two always end up on the same side. And even though, more logical atheists have differences about faith with Christians and Jewish people, they wind up on the same side because they understand that the individual right is a good thing.
Exactly. But I just got a message from my research guy. Thank you so much. And he just told me that at the Munich gathering where Lindsey Graham was holding the Lion and Sun flag, according to the Munich police, the gathering was 250,000 people there, and Munich, just in Munich on that day. Yeah, so that's the number. He also just sent me this. President Trump just spoke about Lindsey Graham, saying that last night around 7 p.m. they hung. So President Trump said he spoke to Lindsey Graham last night around 7 p.m. and they may have even hung out together. He said Graham was tired after returning home from Ukraine, but sounded normal. Trump said Lindsey Graham was like a member of his family. It's tough, he said. Okay, so this suggests that he died in peace, right? He wasn't struggling or anything. So this is going to be a huge pain in the butt for the pro-regime people, because they promise, they're saying that we would get the revenge. We do revenge not by like how is this revenge? People dying in peace in their bed. That's your revenge.
Can I ask you a question? Do you see, I don't see them accepting this as an excuse for a deal. I don't see them accepting this as them having taken any action. And because of that, allowing anything, they might see it as a deflection. Like we already saw infighting about why Mustafa isn't showing up. Like, give us our leader. There's crying, taking away microphones. And I think a segment of the streets, I would even foment it. Like if I could get in there, hey, they're deflecting. Where's our leader? Like I wouldn't let them take this as a victory. I'd point out that the IRGC will probably try to use this to deflect from their internal problems, and don't accept that. Don't accept that promoting that, because they had nothing to do with this and they can take no credit.
So Monkey, don't explain it right now because I don't want to get into it so much. But when don't say streets, because there are so many people who are new here who don't know what you're talking about. Just say anti-deal, jihadi people or something like that, right? Because there are people here who don't know. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
All right, so yeah, no worries. But here, just so that people who are new understand what we're talking about. Okay, so let me play what President Trump said about this.
He was, Mr. President, and I know that we are all just absorbing this news. We are all in shock. Can you tell us, Mr. President, how you received this news and your immediate gut reaction when you heard it?
So what makes it even stranger is that I got a call last night sometime at, the early evening, maybe in the 7s, and he called and he said, we're all set for the Save America Act. He was pushing the Save America Act like crazy. He got back, said he just landed from Ukraine. I said, that's a long trip to make. He said, he sounded a little tired, but perfect, but a little bit tired. Had a right to be. And he was a worker. He was really a worker, but he sounded great actually. But he actually said he was tired, but he wanted to pass the Save America Act. And I said, well, we're going to get it done, Lindsey. We're going to get it done. I'll see you like soon. We thought maybe we might even meet today. And then that was it. And that was, very around the time. It couldn't have been much longer. It could have been his last call. I don't know exactly, but I got a message about 1 o'clock in the morning from one of the people at his office that he had passed away. I said, I just can't believe it. He was like a member of the family to me. It's very tough, actually. It's amazing.
Mr. President.
He was.
Oh, he was like a member of family to me. That was sweet.
Yes, it was like I said, working together creates a special kind of bond, that people underestimate. Like when a coworker dies, but even for young people, when a fellow student dies, like these are things that affect people in a way that's unexpected. I think it's unexpected because working together is not the same as friends. Friends, you want to be with them. A family, you learn that you have to love them. You learn to work together, that you have to work with each other. This also happens. It happens with families. It happens with coworkers. And it also happens to, a bit of a stronger degree in the military because of the danger. But I would expect that many people who have worked with him, as the president did, would be affected by this greatly, because you face a challenge together, and facing a challenge together brings people to a stronger bond. And that's probably why this affects the president in the way that it does.
Okay, let me show you something. I want to see what you think about this. This is from the regime, IRGC linked media. So they're claiming responsibility for Lindsey Graham's death. So obviously, there's no evidence for this. If there is evidence comes out, then we will deal with that. But the fact that they are claiming credit for it, they, this should not go without a response. So this is on the top. Let me see. On the top, they say Beruz Rasani shut updates will be provided. So this is, they're basically trying to copy the Israelis when they have like a checklist of people that they need to eliminate, and they say like, we did one and we're going to come for the rest.
I
What do you
like
think about this?
like about this. I was trying to, because I have a less understanding than you about what their motivations and how they would use this. That's like, I would give it back to you, like, and what I was saying about them using this as a deflection from their problems, their internal struggles. That's where I would pretty much put it back to you to explain to us, like, there's new people every day. Every day people come in new to your channel, to my channel. They might not understand why these people are making these outrageous claims and why they are so desperate to make them. So there is a possibility that I have some base understanding that I have gained from you on why they would make these outrageous claims. But I think you would be even better than me to explain to the people, to the new people, why they would make these kinds of claims.
Yeah, so because the Islamic Republic right now is dealing with a crisis of legitimacy. The main reason, and this is a bigger threat to them, this crisis of legitimacy right now is a bigger threat to them than American missiles, than Israeli missiles, than even the uprising of the Iranian people. Let me repeat that, because a lot of people don't understand this. The crisis of legitimacy that the Islamic Republic is facing right now is a bigger threat to it than American attacks, military attacks, than Israeli military attacks, than American economic pressure, even more than the uprising of the Iranian people. This is their greatest threat against them. And this is, the Islamic Republic cannot afford to lose its last remaining base of support. It simply cannot. It's willing to accept anything else. It's willing to deal with the uprising of the Iranian people because it thinks, I could just shoot them. I could just shoot them. It's willing to accept Americans bombing them because they're like, okay, well, they will kill us, they will destroy us, but that will not end us, right? They will destroy our factories, they will destroy our military bases, they will kill our leaders of our military, but then we will be able to survive that. They say that, okay, economic pressure, we can survive that. Okay, we will just cut funding from this and that and that. We will make people suffer instead of us. We will still always have enough to pay our militia and our suppressing forces. So economic pressure, we could basically outlast that. The one thing that we cannot survive from is if we lose our base of support. That's the one thing. So all of these other things, the reason why these other things would lead to the fall of the Islamic Republic, because it leads to that, because the Americans attacking the Islamic Republic by itself will not make the Islamic Republic fall. The fact that the Americans attack and then they cannot respond to America, that's makes them lose legitimacy. Israel attacking Israel will not make the Islamic Republic fall. The fact that Israel attacks and the Islamic Republic cannot respond in a significant way makes the Islamic Republic lose legitimacy. The uprising of the Iranian people on its own is not going to make the Islamic Republic fall. The fact that these uprisings can happen without the Islamic Republic being able to effectively suppress it is something that makes the Islamic Republic lose legitimacy among its own base of support. So because the Islamic Republic is desperate to prove to its base of support that it's still Islamic, that it still has teeth, that it still is powerful, they need to show anything that they can do against Americans and Israelis. And because they can't actually do that, when somebody dies naturally, they say this was us. They advertise this as this was us to try to to convince their own followers that they're actually doing something. Does this make sense, what I just said?
Yes, yes, it does. It explains their lack of legitimacy. Like if there's anyone whispering sweet nothings into Durka ears, I would tell them, do not accept this false claim. Where is our leader? Where is our real victories? Are you still trying to let them in? Are you still gonna like that? That would be where my focus would be, and not letting them claim this, a stolen valor, basically, a false victory as their own.
Right. So yeah, guys, if you kind of suggest that this was the Islamic Republic, you're actually doing them a favor. So, like for example, this account. Let me know what you guys. By the way, I see all their super chats. I would respond to them, but let me go through this. Like this account. This is Matt Van. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. This guy. The reason, by the way, guys, I like this is because I need to be able to tell X what I want to see more of. So when I like them, X will show me more of the same thing. So me liking some of these posts, it doesn't mean that I agree with them. It's just because I'm trying to teach the algorithm what to show me more of, right? So, but maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you think about this in the chat. And also, Monkey, this guy is saying, I'm sorry, but Lindsey Graham dying out of the blue like this doesn't make any sense at all. We have him on camera yesterday looking perfectly healthy. None of this is making any sense. Like I'll play this, but most baseless conspiracy theories are basically exactly that. Something not making sense to you, so therefore you come up with a theory just because it doesn't make any sense to you. Okay, something not making sense to you doesn't mean that you could come up with a theory without evidence to support, to just like, oh, if it doesn't make sense to something not making sense to you is only proof for it not making sense to you. It's not proof for an alternative theory unless there is evidence for it. But let me play this.
So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal to the Republican and Democratic leader to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package that would give tools to President Trump to help end this war.
So they're saying that something must have, this is suspicious because this is how healthy he was just a few hours earlier. So Monkey, how do you respond to this?
Well, we have to know the difference. Like, this may not be an ill-intentioned person. Like, one of the phases of mourning is denial. So you kind of have to like suss out the difference between someone who is trying to grift, trying to make up a wild story to gain from it, and someone that's just in the denial phase of mourning. There's going to be people that are going to go through denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Right? These are some of the normal phases of going through mourning. So there's going to be people that you don't want to like, be super angry, you're doing the wrong thing, blah, blah, blah. You got to like trying to suss out the difference. If you go through his history, maybe he's not a conspiracy guy. Maybe he's just like, taking this stance because it doesn't make sense to him. He doesn't know that going in an airplane for an extended trip over the ocean to Ukraine and back has a very, is a very high tax on a heart, right? They may not know that. So I would recommend you not do this, but I also recommend to not turn people against your own cause. Like, I like the way Armin explains it when you say, hey, when you tell person, don't say Iran, say IRGC, don't be combative about it. Be kind of understanding so that you get these people on your side. Like if this person is genuinely mourning, I would tell them, hey, you know what? Maybe it was because of the airplane. Don't let the IRGC use this as a point in their board. Like you got to know how to approach it. But I would definitely warn against this. Do you understand? Am I kind of on the ball here? What do you think? What are you thinking about what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm not saying that these people have ill intention just because, I'm not agreeing with them, right? Like I wasn't suggesting that.
But some of them will.
Yeah. Okay. Let me hold on. But I want to respond to some super chats, but let me I think this is a good image to put on while I respond to the super chats. Yeah, this is nice. Right? Okay. Okay. Okay, we got some super chats. Let me respond. Jagatai is saying, R.I.P. Lindsey Graham. He will be sorely missed. Yes, exactly. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jagatai. And then Stop Banning is saying, this is Jew hater, by the way, saying LMAO, he will try to advocate, push for war against Allah while he's sitting in hell. So you're saying he's a badass, that even in your imaginary world of Allah and hell, he will still wage war against your Islam's Allah? Well, that's even in hell, he will keep fighting against your garbage ideology. You do realize that you're making him look like a badass, right, Jew hater? You know, you're not good at this. Okay, Shana with the super chat saying, I don't know why you're surprised, Armin. Jew hater and Samantha are a perfect match. I mean, I don't know why you think I'm surprised. I always know communists and Islamic jihadists are a perfect match. I'm not surprised. I was just pointing it out. But yeah, you're right. In morality, intelligence, and character, rest in peace. Yep, exactly. Rest in peace, Graham. May God be with you till we meet again. Thank you, Shana. Thank you for the and yeah, I completely agree with you. These people are the same. They belong in the same category, one way or another. And thank you for the super chat. Father of Chaos with a super chat saying, thank you guys for making me feel better with your take on Stolen Valor. I thought for sure it was Islamic Republic and I was chimping. I think it's less likely now. Oh, you want to respond to this? Thank you, Father of Chaos. And welcome to our group, by the way. Yeah.
Like, there is a time to chimp out and there is a time to have a sober understanding. I believe this is the time to have a sober understanding. It might be a time for mourning, like it may be a time for for everything there is a time. And I don't think this is the time for chimping out about victories of the IRGC. I don't think this is their victory. I think, if you are a believer, God has called him to his side. If you are not, you will understand that this person's message should live on no matter what you believe. And the rest of the people who are against him are just coping and seething. That's what they're doing.
You know, Monkey, you're such a good Christian because you as a Christian, you provide the messaging for believers and for atheists as well. Like, most people don't do that, and you do that. You're so considerate, and I really appreciate you doing that for us heathens.
I love you. We are called to love you. I can't judge you. That's God's place.
Yeah.
I can only judge theft of property and sex through rape and life through murder. Like, that's what we judge. We cannot judge your thoughts or your feelings. We love you. That's our calling. We have to love you. I love you, Armin. No kisses though. I know you don't like that.
Okay. Well, I think you're doing it not because you're ordered to do so, but because you're actually a nice person, genuinely a nice person. That's what I think. That's why I think. All right, but it's okay. All right.
I try to be a good monkey.
Yes, you're a good monkey. Okay, hold on. And thank you, Father of Chaos. And again, welcome to our discussion group. Glad to have you there. And then we have George with a super chat saying Nikki Haley is top candidate to replace Graham. Must move fast. What would you say about this, Monkey?
I don't know what has changed in her policy, what she is for, what she's against. I would have to re-examine what her positions are and if they've changed. Now, I would still rather have her than any Democrat, but we do have to take this into consideration and remember one of the most important things for the future of anything around the world and locally. Lindsey Graham was a big supporter of the SAVE Act. Like, one of the things, if we're talking about American politics, and this seems to be about American politics, one of the most important things that's happening is the disenfranchisement of people of color and Latinos that voted for Trump. These places are being flooded with illegal immigrants where they don't have to show ID to vote. And this is a disenfranchisement of, I mean, let's be real. The history of the Democrats is they're the party of segregation. They're the party of the Ku Klux Klan, and they're the party that lost the Civil War. and we are still being disenfranchised. They still want workers that they can pay less to, that have less rights. So Lindsey Graham was a big supporter of the Save Act, so that we don't get disenfranchised and we can vote in people that are going to support like the best causes in America and around the world. So that's why this is very important in our politics, to support Lindsey Graham's effort for the Save Act, so that we have a better constitutional republic.
So look at this. By the way, and I mean, I don't think anybody could replace Graham, but yep, many people could continue his fight. Yeah. And thank you, George. Thank you for the super chat. The Jewader is saying, Samantha, I respect you. Don't cower to these far right demons. Thank you for demonstrating to us the horseshoe theory in display. The crazy Islamic jihadi minded people supporting communists. This is exactly these are the groups that belong to with each other. And it's interesting you call me far right. I mean, I believe in gay rights. I believe in women rights. I believe in so many things that usually traditionally are considered left-leaning. I have many right-leaning views, and I have many left-leaning views. But I guess, and it's interesting, he calls us far right. You support the Islamic Republic. How much more far right can you get than the Islamic Republic? Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, there's different definitions of right. Like some people think individual rights are right wing, right? So if a person that's very much for individual rights might,
I don't think,
you know,
I don't want to get
that's
into
me.
left versus right, but like left, left and right is not that useful of a separation, in my opinion. Usually, right leaning is usually they say that less government involvement in the markets and more government involvement in social life is considered on average more right leaning. Left leaning is more less government involvement in social life, but more government involvement in the economy. I don't think left and right's definitions is all over the place by different people in different places, and it historically changes as well. So I think left and right is not a good way of categorizing people politically. To me, it's liberty versus non-liberty, right? I think seeing who's for liberty, both in the markets and in social life, that's the people I'm with. Whatever you want to call yourself, whether you want to call yourself right leaning, left leaning, if you're for liberty, you're both in the markets, in the economy, in business, and in individual people's lives. You're in my camp, regardless of whether you call yourself left leaning or other people call you left leaning or right leaning. It's a useless categorization, left and right, in my opinion.
I understand that. Like on the religious front, I would say like we're not called to hate people for what they do. We're supposed to love people. So on like gay rights, I wouldn't be against people doing whatever they want in their private life. I can't judge that. It would be a sin for me to judge that. That's up to God, not up to me as a Christian. So I'm not allowed to hate. Like I agree with you.
I think you
shouldn't hate the gay people at all.
I think you could judge people. I think you could judge people as long as you don't get in the way of their freedom. You could judge them negatively. I could judge you negatively and then not get in your way as long as you're not violating my rights. I have a negative judgment on you. It's fine.
Well, that's a different kind of judgment. I'm talking about religious judgment about what's sin and what's not. I can't use the Bible to judge you as a Christian. That's not allowed. And I agree with you on.
Yeah.
I agree with you on, in essence is what I was trying to get at. I'm sorry for veering.
Yes, it's okay. Sarah give it a super chat saying, life is precious. If you're lucky enough to wake up in the morning, you have been blessed with another day. Don't waste the chance to do good. Beautiful message, Sarah. 100%. I agree with that. And thank you so much. And Push-Ups with a super chat. Thank you so much, Push-Up, saying, for real, watch United Red Army from 2007. It is Samantha. Okay. I mean, I don't have time to watch movies these days, but I will add that into my list. If I ever have time, I will add it to the list of many movies that I want to watch, and I have no time yet.
I took a screenshot. I'm going to check it out.
Okay. Monkey will watch it. Justin with a super chat saying, stroke or... Do you want to read this one? Well, it's just
Yes,
becoming-
Justin says stroke or a heart attack are commonly fatal to people who looked fine hours before. It's nothing out of the norm. If, however, it's discovered some IRGC is responsible, they'll regret it more than anything. Congress will declare war. Yes, that would be a reason to do that. But this is also the beginning of the statement is also very true. Like you would look normal until an event happened, and heart disease is something that plagues even people that are young. As I understand it, people in his family, his parents at I think it was 54, which is very young age for a stroke, had that happen. I could be mistaken. That's something I'm watching on the feed, so I can't verify. So it was kind of in his family to have heart disease, and it's a sad thing, but it does happen.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen many examples of people who were very, very healthy, and then all of a sudden the next day they died. So this is not something that is unheard of. There's many examples of this. And you want to read this one?
Yes. I'm sorry for upsetting everyone.
You forgot. No, go back.
Jewish
You forgot to
Samantha.
read
Jewish
the-
Samantha.
Yes.
I'm sorry for upsetting everyone. I was going to say it at the end, but I'm sorry for upsetting everyone, and I appreciate, or I don't know what she's trying to say there at the end, but
Israel.
I don't.
That's
I
Israeli
think.
flag.
Okay, so here is the thing. Here's my problem with this. You knew it was going to upset people when you did it. You have this tendency to do things you know are going to cause a reaction, and they say, "Oh, I'm sorry," or "Oh, I'm scared," because exactly what you knew would happen happens. Like, I'm sure you're adult enough. You're not a child. Like, I've talked to you. You can't talk about complex issue. You like to talk a lot about feelings, so you understand feelings. So you knew the upset that there was caused. You hid it. So these are all indications that you know what you're doing, and you can't do the bad thing and then say, "I'm sorry." You may be sorry you got caught, but that's not the same as being actually sorry. Being actually sorry, when you have repentance, you don't do the thing again, right? And you are a person that you do the bad thing, you say you're sorry, and you do it again. I'm going to give an example, and I'm going to be very brief about this. Let's say I am a husband and I beat my wife, but I say I'm sorry, then I beat her again, but I say I'm sorry, and I beat her again. Oh, but I said I'm sorry. Does I'm sorry mean anything? It means nothing.
To me, Samantha, you're completely missing the point. I don't, I'm sorry about upsetting people. That's what you're sorry about. That's what you're sorry about. You're not sorry about having this garbage take of coming out and speaking against lying against Lindsey Graham. The person you need to be sorry to is yourself. Who cares if you upset some people? If you say something and people get upset, they're a bunch of snowflakes that's their problem. You're sorry that you upset people. If somebody just reads some words on a screen and gets upset, they're a bunch of snowflakes that need to go work on themselves. That is their problem. You need to be sorry for something completely different. You need to be sorry for spreading lies. You need to be sorry about upsetting yourself and being disappointed with yourself to be going out and spreading lies about Lindsey Graham on the day that he died without any evidence for your garbage takes on him. You have
And
to be
hiding it.
disappointed. You have to be disappointed with yourself to go that low. You don't even understand what you need to be sorry about. So you're saying I'm sorry so you think that you have a correct take. So see, this comment makes it so much worse. You think when you go and say Lindsey Graham wanted to starve American citizens, that is a correct take, and you're only sorry for other people not being able to handle the truth. This actually makes it worse. For like, oh, I'm sorry that my truth is upsetting you. You see how full of crap you are by adding this comment? I'm telling the truth and you can't handle it, and I'm sorry that my truth is upsetting you. Are you serious? You're not sorry for spreading a lie. You're not sorry for being dishonest. You're sorry that other people can't take it? Is that what you're sorry about?
Yeah, she had to hide it because she knew she was lying. That's why she tried to hide it from you.
Yeah. And then we have Jew hater here saying to Samantha, don't apologize to these vultures. This is really good that we're seeing the unity between this Muslims and communists at display here, right? There's horseshoe theory right here. So there you go.
It didn't work out in Iran, and it won't work out if Jewish people unite with communism, because communists really hate Jewish people. It's been demonstrated everywhere that communism has risen.
Right. And then we have I don't know. Oh, I don't know what to say. A safe Iron? I don't know. So thank you for the super chat saying, did you know his parents died when he was 21? I didn't know that. And he legally adopted his little sister and took care of her all his life. A truly good-hearted man. Did you know this?
I knew that his parents died at an early age. I learned some of this morning, but it makes sense why he would be protective of his constituency and of America in general and of liberty around the world.
Yeah. And Jewader with a super chat saying most leftists support the Islamic Republic. Well, yeah, we know. You wasted a super chat to say something we already know. That's it. That's actually very revealing regarding how disgusting so many people on the left are. They're saying, I stand with Samantha against you vultures. Yeah, we know. We know. I know you guys love to use the Western leftist for your disgusting jihadi causes. And then Jew hater also saying, bro, don't let these people gaslight you. I got you, Samantha. This is insane. You calling Samantha bro? What the hell? Okay. Bro. Okay. Samantha, don't let us gaslight you. Okay. So Samantha, look at this is the guys, communists and Muslims are supporting each other in the chat. And then this Muslim disgusting Jew hater also saying, stop yapping and stop attacking Samantha. You are normally chill, but you're going away, or you're going way overboard. It's kind of weird. This is a guy that celebrates October 7th and the massacre of the Iranian people on January early January, in January, what is it, 8 and 9? Yes, January 8 and 9. This guy celebrated the murder of Jewish people on October 7th and the Iranian people in early January. And because we're expressing our opinions against the garbage takes by Samantha, he's saying stop attacking Samantha. Look at this.
Well, I remember that Samantha said that some of her friends would wish that she would have been in Israel on October 7th. Like, so basically telling her, I wish you would have died. That's the kind of company she keeps, these crazy communists. And you know what? I don't think that's going to work out well here or anywhere for her.
Yeah, this you know why these Muslim jihadis, they're supporting communists, because communists are the useful idiots that they always use to infiltrate countries that are doing good. You know, countries that are doing that are basically growing much faster than their own Islamic shitholes. And this is what happened in Iran. The Islamic jihadists, they use the communists to basically be able to take over Iran. And that's why these jihadists, every time they see a communist, they fall in love, because they know that they are the useful idiots that they could use for them to gain ground and invade these other countries, Western countries now. Right?
Now, let me ask you a question. What happened to those secular communists once they took over? Did any ill befall them? What happened to them?
They started hanging them in the thousands.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. Amir, thank you so much for the super chat. Amir saying, Samantha, I'm not upset. Learn with us without a rush. I appreciate that you're trying to learn. Yeah, I appreciate it, but I appreciate when you're trying to learn, but I'm not going to hold back when you come and spread lies against Samuel Lindsey. But yeah, you could still learn, but I will, in the process of your learning, I'm not going to hold back when you come out and spread lies against Samuel Lindsey. And thank you, Amir. Thank you for the super chat. Justin with a super chat saying, "Hey, Jew hater, you're defending a Jewish woman. FYI, glad to see you're coming to the light." I mean, he doesn't care as long as they're a commie and anti the West, as unfortunately Samantha is proving to be. They don't care if you're Jewish. In fact, they will see that as a bigger win. That's how these people think. And then we got another. Somebody, ZV just became a member. Welcome to our group. Thank you so much.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. Jew hater saying to Samantha, see how vile these people are? True nature is coming out. Very hateful. Wow. Apparently, we're calling out people's bad opinion. So, very hateful. You supporting October 7th, massacring people in Israel, and you supporting the Islamic Republic massacring Iranians in early January. That's not hateful. We telling somebody that their ideas are bad, that is hateful. So to not be hateful, we have to just accept someone's bad ideas and not call it out. And that makes us hateful if we do call it out. But you supporting massacre of innocent civilians, that is basically the way not to be hateful, apparently. Sure.
Look, I just want to point out, like, one of the most important points here is that this alleged point about starvation. Like, the number one cause of starvation on earth is communism. Nothing starves more people than communism. That's important to point out. Okay, but they keep bringing it up.
Yeah, it's okay. Philly with the super chat saying Swedish media have done some reporting about this. Many discussing comments on there saying good riddance, less warmongering. Wow, Swedish media. Which one? Like, I'm sure not all Swedish media is. I'm pretty sure. Philly, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think your leftist Swedish media was doing that, if I'm not wrong. And
if it's anything like America, it'll be 5-1. Like, it's usually three or four leftist channels against one.
Disgusting.
Like 4-1.
Yeah. Veteran Hoffman with a super chat to Amir saying, "You are a bigger man than me. Your heart has humbled me for allowing myself to be angry with her." Guys, calling somebody out on their bad takes is you being kind to them. Okay, do not think that you're doing anybody any favor if you let their bad takes go unresponded to, right? It is a kind thing to do when you tell people, especially if they're insistent on it, calling them out. You're not being a friend to somebody. So don't hate them for their bad takes, but do call them out. You can be angry with somebody without hating them. Like if a mother is being angry with her child, for example, does that mean she's hating on her? If you're being angry with your best friend, does that mean you hate her? No. But you're not doing anybody a favor. It's not kindness. If somebody is spreading lies and you hold back on calling them out, that is not kind. That is the opposite of being kind. Do you agree with that, Monkey?
Well, I mean, you don't be angry. Like don't let it affect you. Don't let these people affect you emotionally. Like, say, not allowing myself. Yeah, don't let them get your blood pressure up or whatever. Don't let them make you angry. But you could call them on their bullshit. Like Armin just says, call them on their bullshit.
You could be angry. It's healthy to be angry.
Sometimes it's good release. I chimp out, and you know what? Sometimes it feels great when I'm done.
Yeah. In fact, if you don't show anger, that means you're letting it all pile up inside. That is not healthy. And thank you, Veteran Hoffman, for the super chat. And then Jew hater saying, if Samantha moderates on Israel Palestine, I will literally propose to her. Wow, these people are so disgusting. Look at this. And then look at this push-up saying, is Jew hater converting to Orthodox Judaism? Nope, he's a Muslim. And Casey saying Jew hater is actually hitting on Sam. How pathetic! These people are just pathetic, and they can't even know how pathetic they are. That's why they are, they have no shame. Kelly with the super chat saying, "R.I.P. Lindsey Graham." Explosion in Iran. Maybe this is for Lindsey Graham from Trump. Yeah, I mean, today we were expecting to see some explosions in Iran because the Islamic Republic attacks more ships, and the Islamic Republic is like basically closing the Strait of Hormuz. So it was expected to see that they would get some attacks by United States. And I think Lindsey Graham would have approved. In fact, Lindsey Graham would have approved a lot more attacks on the Islamic Republic, right? Yeah. Gaging American with a super chat saying most patriotic thing you can do is to criticize. Exactly. It's very much 100%. And then push-ups with a super chat saying, Monkey, please read. You want to read this for you?
Okay. Push-ups is saying, read Ephesians 5:11, commands Christians to avoid sinful, unproductive actions known as works of darkness, and instead expose them.
Wait, why are you angry?
Oh, sorry. There. Okay. Let me see. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds. I don't do bad things, but expose them. Yes, expose bad actions. Expose bad deeds. Deeds are actions. Like, you know, if someone does a bad deed, you expose it. Absolutely. Yes.
All right. Next super chat is saying by Jewish haters saying, I love how confident and brave Samantha is. You guys are seething and she's just dusting you guys off. It's really embarrassing how Muslims fall for white women and they're so desperate to simp over white women all the time. What is this about Muslims and white women? You know, you guys know how embarrassing this is. Do you not know how embarrassing this is? It doesn't look good for Islam. What is it with you and white women? It's so pathetic. Such simps.
I covered a story about this, and there's many of them, where these Western white leftists bring in these Muslims into their homes. Like we had one yesterday where she was beaten to death. She was living with her daughter, with her teen daughter. I think her teen daughter escaped, but this guy beat her to death. And it's because she was all on this, you know, pro-Palestine, Muslims are great people. She was a white leftist. So they love to use white leftists. They'll cheat on you. They'll treat you horribly, but they will try to, you know, groom you into loving them. And then they'll, you know, do horrible things to you, things that could be death. So, you know, I would warn any white leftist feeling lonely that when you hear some Durka whispering sweet nothings in your ear, be careful. That may be the last thing you hear.
Okay, so many people in the chat are saying Jewish ain't white. Okay, come on, guys. Don't be ridiculous. European Jews, Ashkenazi Jews, European Jews are white. Don't be ridiculous.
Well, it's also a religion, so it can be any color.
Well, no. So Jews refers to a religion, a culture, and an ethnicity. The ethnicity part is very diverse. We have Ethiopian Jews, we have Mizrahi Jews, we have Ashkenazi Jews, which are very, very white, extremely white, in fact. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Good
all
point.
right, so let me go to yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. We got the next super chat is from Philly saying it was somewhat of a left media. I knew it, but let me be more specific. It was a comment section being discussing under social media. Oh, if so, like Facebook, etc., not the media itself. Oh, okay. So thank you for that clarification. So I don't know how common that view is in Sweden. I hope not that much, but yeah, we have to see stats for that. Yeah, and thank you, Philly, for informing us. Okay, and let me go to the Islamic Republic state media. Look at what the way that they're talking about this. Let me play this. This is the Islamic Republic media talking about Lindsey Graham's death.
عرض کنم به درک واصل شدن لیندزی گراهام، سناتور جنگ طلب و ضد ایرانی آمریکا رو به ملت بزرگ ایران شاد باش عرض میکنم. با ادامه برنامه‌ها از شبکه
So she's congratulating Lindsey Graham's death to the people, he's saying, but she was very insulting about it at the beginning, saying, let me see if this translation is correct, saying, I congratulate the Iranian nation on warmongering anti-Iran U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham being sent to hell. Hold on. Did she say hell?
عرض کنم به درک واصل شدن
Yep. Yeah. Being sent to hell. But direct, basically going to hell or something like that. So that's how they're talking about it. Very professional, by the way. This is official state TV of the Islamic Republic. Here's another one. The TV anchor of the Islamic Republic saying, let me see, let me play it, make sure the translation. Well, I'm not going to play the whole thing. It's basically saying this is so good that I want to read it to you once more. Lindsey Graham, the anti-Iranian senator, has gone to hell. He was not anti-Iranian. He was so pro the Iranian people. What are you talking about? Look at it. This is the Iranian people celebrating Lindsey Graham. And this is Lindsey Graham holding the true flag of Iran in his hand. Lindsey Graham was the most pro-Iranian politician in the United States. The most pro-Iranian. So state TV is lying about him.
Absolutely.
Lying scumbags.
Like I said, they're trying to hide their own divisions behind this. I think we kind of saw it in that message, and I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah. And guys, there's I just came from my Persian channel before we started this live, and so many people in our chat, they were so busy. People saying, I'm crying today, I'm very sad today, I'm heartbroken. It was like even when we moved from the story about Senator Lindsey Graham's death to other stories, the chat was still just full of people just talking, oh no, Amu Lindsey means Uncle Lindsey. And yeah, there were Iranian people in Iran, and most of my audience on my Persian channel is in Iran. 80% of my audience on my Persian channel is in Iran, and they were devastated of the news. The Iranian people loved Lindsey Graham.
Well, I understand that. I would say that they should redouble their efforts into making sure that the differences and the infighting within the Islamic, Republic continue within the IRGC. Like, that's the best thing you could do for him. Don't let them take this as a victory. Like, but you would be better at expressing that to them than I ever could. But you spoke on this a little earlier, and that's the message I would give.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay. So this is the last major televised interview by Lindsey Graham before he died. And it's interesting because it's look at this. It's like a roadmap of what things he needs to be done if the negotiations with the Islamic Republic fails, right? He look at this. He goes step by step. This is the last main televised interview. So let's listen to this.
What happens next? I spent 4.5 hours with President Trump Friday. Here's what I think will happen next. If this deal fails, President Trump is going to take the Strait of Hormuz over by force. The United States will control the Strait of Hormuz. We'll charge a fee for all those who go through to pay for the operation. And we're going to expand the Abraham Accords in calendar year 2026. We're going to get Saudi Arabia to join the Abraham Accords, and which is the biggest change in 5,000 years in the Mideast. And if Iran contests control of the Strait of Hormuz by the United States, we'll obliterate them. So to all the people listening, if this diplomatic effort fails, President Trump is going to take the Strait of Hormuz. Yeah. We're going to run it. We're going to try to get Saudi Arabia to join the Abraham Accords to end the Arab-Israeli conflict in 2026. And if Iran continues to attack Israel and Lebanon, the new policy will be, we'll hit Iran. So to the Iranians, if you're listening, when you use Hezbollah to attack Israel, I think the new policy will be, we will attack Iran.
What do you think about this?
I think you've been saying this for a long time, like I would say months. Like, when was the first time you said you wanted Saudi in the Iranian, the Abraham Accords? You like, I strictly remember hearing this from you. Like, I want to credit him for putting it out there, right? And I'm not saying he got it from you, but like, I'm just thinking, oh my God, like this is what Armand has been saying.
Yeah, that is true, but there's something that is different here. It's true that this is something that people are saying what would be ideal, but he here is saying this is what is going to happen.
Oh
He
yeah.
says that so he says, I talked to President Trump, and he came out here and he says that this is the roadmap that will happen. He says Trump is going to seize the Strait of Hormuz by force and charge fees. He said that if there is any pushback, the United States will basically obliterate them. He also said that the next diplomatic push will be getting Saudi into the Abrahamic Accord to reshape the entire region. So he's saying that these are the next steps that will happen. So I don't know if it's true or not, but he did not live to see it all play out. But we'll see if that happens or not. That was his prediction about what's about to come.
I think some of that has already, some parts of this. I'm sure you're right about the planning thing. Like I noticed that too. I just wanted to give you flowers on being right about that. But if we're going to be tactical about this and look at what is the strategy being laid out in the time frame, I think the time frame is already happening. I think they're looking at, look at me, I am the toll now. Like we're going to be the ones that's taking the toll. I think that maybe some of this has already happened as far as joint operations, because as I understand it, like many of us thought, look, maybe it's Israel or America that was attacking, but there were joint strikes from other nations. Was one of them Saudi Arabia? I'm not sure, but there would have to be one of the first steps towards being able to sign an accord and have a long-lasting peace is the militaries not seeing each other as enemies, but seeing each other as allies and collaborators in certain efforts. So one of the things that would happen is this: like I would want to look again to what partners were in that joint strike and want to know if Saudi Arabia played any part in it. That would strengthen the thought that this is not only gonna happen, but is already in the works.
Right. Oh, look at this beautiful picture of. Okay, hold on. Okay, you know what? From now on, if I want to put something on screen, this is the picture. Look at that. Oh my God. That is good.
I would
Yes.
suggest maybe you tweet it out. I would get maybe a lot of retweets. A lot of people can show his support, and at that gathering, 250 at least 250,000 people there. So I would suggest that. I think it would be a great tweet, and I think many people would appreciate that, because like I would copy it, like I'd retweet it, and I'd want to have the image, and that's something that a lot of people might want, because
Look at
it's a
this.
good image.
Saying on February 14th, 250,000 Iranians marched for freedom in Munich. A surprise guest took the stage, Lindsey Graham. The crowd erupted in chants of USA, USA, USA. These were Iranians chanting USA. The senator was visibly moved. He grabbed the Lion and Sun flag and waved it proudly. Iranians will never forget. Let me play this video.
Wait, that was in the rain. That's 250 in the rain. Like you got to know, there's a lot of love for the cause right there.
Yeah. Let me play this.
Thank you.
Again, this is something the Iranian people, this moment, this day, is something that the Iranian people will never forget, for good reason. Wow. Here's a look at this. Oh yeah, this is another good picture of him. Look at this was a very recent tweet by Lindsey. This was just 6 days ago, right? So look, the Islamic Republic posted this with a target on Lindsey Graham's head, and you also have like Ben Shapiro here, but Lindsey Graham quote tweeted that, or just posted it actually, saying, "At least they used a good photo of me. Judge me by my enemies." Ah, that
He
is
had a
so
good humor about it.
Yes, it is a good photo. Look at that. That's cute. That's funny. Love that. Oh. Okay, so I don't. Is this a recent video? Netanyahu talking about Lindsey Graham? Okay, we'll play this. But before we do that, we got 2 more super chats. Let me respond to those before we play that. Selective is saying, Sam, take a week break from the streams to rest and think. It will help you, and people might forgive you if they see true, I hope, intention. Trust me. Yeah, I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe I think I'm a weird person because I think, I would say, I genuinely, I think the highest priority should be, am I on the right side of things, and am I a force for good? Like before thinking about what people think of me, would they forgive me? Am I upsetting them? Am I not upsetting them? Do they think highly of me? Do they think first you have to, I think the priority is, how do I see me? Okay. And how, before I think about how other people see me. And if you want to so before you worry about other people being proud of you, you always have to ask yourself, am I proud of me? Am I proud of me? Before you go chasing other people's approval, you have to chase your own approval of yourself. And the way to achieve your approval of yourself is to objectively analyze whether you're fighting for good or not. And then when you objectively can verify that you're fighting for good, then you could approve yourself. You could be proud of yourself. And when you are proud of yourself, when you do approve of what you're doing yourself, then other people's approval come naturally. And if they don't come, you don't really care, because objectively that you're fighting for the right cause and you're doing the right thing. And if other people's approval come, then you celebrate it. If it doesn't come, you don't mind it that much, because you have objectively seen that you're doing the right thing. But make sure you have verifiable, objective evidence for doing the right thing, rather than just giving into propaganda and emotions and stuff like that.
But
That's
look,
what I
I'm not gonna get mad if she takes a break for a week. Like, I don't know if what the intention is here. Maybe she is genuinely wanting this person to feel better and go away and wait for good feelings. But if she takes a hike for a week, I'm not gonna get mad.
Yeah. Look at this. She's saying, I want to fight for everyone to have access to food and healthcare. But you refuse to accept that that's the best way to do that is capitalism, because of your emotional baggage. And you know that, and you still resist it. You know that empirical evidence shows that communism is the worst way to do that. You know that, and you fear even looking into that. But here's the thing. I understand your fear of looking into it. But then, given that you know that you're dealing with those issues, then don't come and spread the bullshit that it's only there because of your fear of looking into the truth. You know that you believe in communism, and you're afraid of looking into how garbage that ideology is because of the cult you were in. So the least you could do is not to spread that. I know that it's hard for you to accept the way to get more food and healthcare to the highest amount of people is capitalism. And you cannot admit that because of the hatred, because of the fear that you have, because of the hate, because of the brainwashing that they did to you in the cult. But at least have the honesty and the courage not to spread the lies that that you're spreading only because of the brainwashing that you were in that cult, because you have admitted it. You have admitted it that the only reason why you cannot say these things against communism is because of the brainwashing. So if you can't say anything good about capitalism, if you can't say anything bad about communism because of that mental the mental block that you have in your brain, then at least don't come say things that you know are lies. At least don't do that.
Look, I pointed out that, if you're going to look at starvation, it comes from communism. Greatest source of starvation, greatest source of not being able to medically care for people. Like you're very generous in your belief. Like I once saw her make like a little poem. Now I don't know if it was an AI, because if you're lying about this, what else are you lying about? Maybe this whole, I used to be in a commune and I suffered a lot. Maybe that's all bullshit. Because if you bullshit about this, maybe you're bullshitting about your whole story and your whole life is a lie, where you use this little story so people will be sorry for you when you like start acting out. You start acting out, but you got this little backup story. Well, I suffered on this alleged cult that I was allegedly in, and allegedly blah 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 blah. The more you bullshit, the less I believe your sob story.
Sarah, thank you so much for the super chat, saying more Iranians are mourning Amu than Mushali. Oh my God, by far. I would say, I don't know if this is true or not, but I wouldn't be surprised if after America, the main place that Lindsey Graham's death is being mourned is in Iran. I think maybe US first and then maybe Iran second. Maybe, I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. But yes, of course, Mushali was a huge cause for celebration in Iran. His death, Ali Khamenei's death, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, not even pro-regime people were saying that, like, are not denying it. Even pro-regime people were crying in Ali Khamenei's funeral, saying that we couldn't stand the fact that when Ali Khamenei's death was announced, everything ever around us, we were hearing people singing and dancing and celebrating and cheering. So it's undeniable. Like, they're not denying it. Like, the pro-regime people in Iran, they're saying, like, as soon as it was official, we were hearing everybody in our neighborhood, like, they were singing and dancing and cheering from every single window, from every single street.
I saw some videos of that.
Yeah. And then we have Jew hater. I don't even know what that means, so I'm not going to highlight that. And then we got Amy. Thank you so much for the super chat, saying, Armin, are you mad at Sam? I'm sure she wonders. Yes, I am mad. Today I'm mad. I'm angry at her. And thank you, Amy. Thank you for the super chat. All right, let's see what BB June. BB June, guys, and Iranians call Netanyahu, Prime Minister Netanyahu, BB June. BB is his name, and June means like dear BB. So let's see BB June, what he's saying about Lindsey Graham.
But let me tell you, the last conversation I had with him, I said, Lindsey, we've come of age. We have a robust economy. We can take care of our own financing our own weapons for the defense of Israel and defense of our common interests with America. So I'm going to phase out the military support for Israel over a period of years and bring it down to zero. We can do it. And he went ballistic. He said, no way, you can't do that, because he was so concerned with our security, which he believed was your security, that he actually fought the Prime Minister of Israel on keeping America's aid or actually increasing it. And that tells you what kind of a person this extraordinary friend was. But
now what I think, Monkey? We're going to see how likely is it that we're going to see some people saying that the Jews killed Lindsey Graham as a way to maybe bring America into war with the Islamic Republic. Do you think we're going to see that?
Are you asking me, is it going to happen or did it already happen?
Either
because
one.
It probably already happened. Like, I haven't seen it, but it's.
Yes.
I mean, they're in charge of everything, right? I stubbed my toe. Oh, it was the Jews. I lost my keys. It must have been the Jews. There's going to be some people that say that, of course.
Yes, probably someone has already said it somewhere. Yes, exactly right. Amy was also saying hello. It's probably already happened. Yes. Okay, Torah is saying 80% chance. Okay. The Jews. I mean, does anything happen without the Jews planning it? Does anything happen in the universe without the Jews approving of it? Here's the thing, though. I mean, I had a debate with Nazis, and I recorded it, and I uploaded it on YouTube, and within seconds it was removed. So I uploaded it on BitChute instead, and it's still there to this day, right? And I was debating them, and they were telling me that the Jews do this, the Jews do that, the Jews control this, and this is what they do. And at some point, I asked them, like, it's actually very funny at that moment because they had no answer to this. I was like, well, aren't they the superior race then? Right? Like, if you believe in race supremacy, and you guys are being defeated, and they are doing all of this, then you're like, then Adolf was correct according to you guys about all races not being the same, but he just got the race wrong. Like, based on everything you're telling me, aren't they the superior race? Like, how are you the superior race? Right? So it was interesting. And then,
good point.
Yeah. I also told them that if they control this much, why are you even fighting? Like, what do you even have a chance? Right? Like, if they control this much, shouldn't you just like worship them or something? Like, they're kind of like gods, no? Like, shouldn't you be making shrines of the Jews and worship them instead of like fighting against them?
Like, yeah, if it's one thing to defend a narrative, another thing to have to stand by it, right? Oh, so let's say everything you're saying is true. Then you're screwed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that resistance is futile. Like, what are you guys even doing? Just give in already. Or just give up. Just let it happen. Oh my god. Oh, we got some super chat. Jew hater saying they're trying to gang up on the only base Jew in the chat. It's very telling. Oh my god, Jew hater, you're simping so hard. It's so embarrassing. This is not a good look for Muslims. And then
He wants a green card.
Yeah. So such a simp. Push-ups for the super chat saying push-ups and BT united against communism. Yes, and Islam. Thank you, push-ups for the super chat. Oh, see, your allies now. You and BT are, you put your differences aside. And BT June here, BT June with the super chat saying to push-ups push-ups is completely, absolutely, 100% without a doubt based in his take on communism. There, oh my god, look at this. You guys are friends now.
Look, the MOU between the BT and push-ups is the only thing that's going to turn into actual peace, apparently, because that's definitely not going to happen in the Strait.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this is when Sherry, thank you so much for the super chat. This is for you, Monkey. You want to read it?
I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Cherry says, Monkey, have you heard about the leftist political group called Chorus? They get dark money without knowing about. So I'm guessing this is like, I don't know, activists and leftivists getting Venmos and that kind of money. It could be something like what happened with the SPLC, that they are this leftist organization protecting, Black people and Jewish people. They're Southern Poverty Law Center. They're very, very, leftist protector, but they were paying the KKK so they could, say, hey, I have to exist. Look, there's the KKK. Send us money. There's KKK right here. But they were funding the KKK so they could legitimize the need for them. Like, that's one of the things it could be. It could be like activists specifically getting money. I'll look into it. I'm taking a screenshot right now so I can look up the group.
Okay, let me see. This is interesting. Okay, I have some interesting stuff to show you guys. Oh. Okay. Let's go through these. I have a list of things. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you for the super chat.
Appreciate you.
And appreciate you. Yes, exactly. So look at this. This one is saying few moments captured Lindsey Graham's fighting spirit, like his defense of Brett Kavanaugh. He stood up when it mattered, said what needed to be said, and helped change the course of history. Today we remember a fighter, a patriot, and a public servant. So let me play this of Lindsey Graham.
If you wanted an FBI investigation, you could have come to us. What you want to do is destroy this guy's life, hold this seat open, and hope you win in 2020. You've said that, not me. You've got nothing to apologize for. When you see Sotomayor and Kagan, tell them that Lindsey said hello, because I voted for them. I would never do to them what you've done to this guy. This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics. And if you really wanted to know the truth, you sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy. Are you a gang rapist?
No.
I cannot imagine what you and your family have gone through. Boy, y'all want power. God, I hope you never get it. I hope the American people can see through this sham, that you knew about it and you held it. You had no intention of protecting Dr. Ford. None. She's as much of a victim as you are. God, I hate to say it because these have been my friends. But let me tell you, when it comes to this, you're looking for a fair process. You came to the wrong town at the wrong time, my friend. Do you consider this a job interview?
The advice and consent role is like a job.
You consider that you've been through a job interview.
I've been through a process of advice and consent under the Constitution. Which
would you say you've been through hell?
I've been through hell and then some.
This is not a job interview.
Yeah.
This is hell.
This
is going to destroy the ability of good people to come forward because of this crap. Your high school yearbook. You have interacted with professional women all your life, not one accusation. You're supposed to be Bill Cosby when you're a junior and senior in high school. And all of a sudden you got over it. It's been my understanding that if you drug women and rape them for 2 years in high school, you probably don't stop. Here's my understanding. If you lived a good life, people would recognize it, like the American Bar Association has the gold standard. His integrity is absolutely unquestioned. He is the very circumspect in his personal conduct, harbors no biases or prejudices. He's entirely ethical, is a really decent person. He is warm, friendly, unassuming. He's the nicest person. The ABA. The one thing I can tell you, you should be proud of, Ashley, you should be proud of this, that you raised a daughter who had the good character to pray for Dr. Ford. To my Republican colleagues, if you vote no, you're legitimizing the most despicable thing I have seen in my time in politics. You want this seat? I hope you never get it. I hope you're on the Supreme Court. That's exactly where you should be. And I hope that the American people will see through this charade. And I wish you well, and I intend to vote for you, and I hope everybody who's fair-minded will.
He had a lot of passion, right? Like, look at that. Whether you agree with this take or not, like he was.
I remember this. Do you guys know what he's talking? Do you know what he's talking about? Like, I remember this. I remember when this happened. This was
they were
they were attacking a person
against...
over false accusations, like Samantha was doing over here. Like, it was just a bunch of false accusation, made up things, and it has become part and parcel of the left. They just attack and make up and lie and lie and lie. They just lie and lie and lie. Like, This is the kind of thing that people like Samantha do. They make a statement, they pretend it's a fact, and repeat the statement as if it's a fact. They don't have any corroborating evidence. They don't have any data to support what they're saying. And when you look at the history of what they're saying, it becomes a very obviously a lie. So this is the problem that we're facing. It's basically propaganda. Yeah, they're propagandists. They don't care about their truth. They care about being in their little group. They care about their little agenda. And this is what I say. Look, when a person lies to me, like you lied to me about one thing, I'm not gonna believe you about anything. Like why? Why should I believe anything you say if I've caught you in one lie, two lies, three lies, four lies? Like you keep repeating lies. Why would I believe your name? Why would I believe who you are? Why would I believe that you even are from where you say you are? Do what you say you do? Why would I believe your profession? Why would I believe in your studies, your degrees? Why would I believe anything from a liar? Like these people are liars. They like to lie about other people. They like to make false claims of what do you call it? Appeals to authority. They make, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a this, I'm a that. I mean, if you're lying about anything, you might be lying about everything. I just don't believe them. They weaponize lie. That's one of the things they do the most. They weaponize lying, and they try to use it to appeal to your feelings. Like what if you were hungry? What if you were, sick? Right? This is an appeal to your emotions, and they use these appeals to emotions to then lie. Just lie. So I don't believe anything they say anymore.
Do you want to read the super chat? Thank you, Selectivist.
Tuckle blame. Ayal, I think, was Israel.
Israel flag, yeah.
So we're talking about Tucker will do it. Fuentes will because he's high IQ.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think Fuentes will. I don't think Fuentes will do it. I think Tucker will do it.
Yes. Okay, now I get it. Tucker Carlson is going to blame Israel. Fuentes won't.
He's going to laugh about it.
Yeah. Oh, Fuentes will laugh about it because he's high IQ. Okay. He's high IQ anti-Semitism. Yes, exactly.
So he's going to laugh at Tucker.
Selectivist. That's a accurate prediction. I agree.
Good analysis.
100%. Good analysis. That's 100% right. Okay. So here's another video by Lindsey Graham. Let me see. This one is from just a day ago. Lindsey Graham announced in Kiev, in Ukraine, that he had reached an agreement with Trump to pass the Russia sanctions bill that would make it possible for Trump to impose sanctions on third countries buying Russian oil. Okay, so I think this is going to cause some theories that maybe the Russians killed him because the Russians have a history of poisoning people. Are you angry? Are you angry on purpose, Monkey?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We've reached agreement with the White House on a version of the Russian sanctions bill that they will support. It means it's going to become law. So when I get back to Washington, I'm going to go with Senator Blumenthal to the Republican and Democratic leader to see if we can find time to move this Russian sanctions package that would give tools to President Trump to help end this war. There's some things we can do on the technology front to build on the lethality of Ukraine to protect itself from ballistic missile attack. If we did that, combined with creating tools to punish those countries that prop up Putin, that make money off this war, then I think we've got the best chance since I've been coming here in the last 5 years to get Putin to the peace table. We've reached agreement.
Lindsey was almost on the right side of everything. He was pro-Israel, anti, Islamic, Palestinian cause resistant terrorist groups. He was on the side of Ukraine against Putin. He's against the CCP. he's pro the Iranian people against the Islamic Republic. He had all the best takes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it comes from experience. Like he had a long life where he served in the military. He hadn't interacted with a lot of people, had to work with a lot of people, got to know geopolitics, world politics. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he was the only politician from the United States that really supported Prince Reza Pahlavi in a direct way, right? So from Israel, what's her name? Oh my God, Gila Gamliel is the politician that really supports Prince Reza Pahlavi directly, and from United States it was Lindsey Graham. No other no other U.S. politicians had this direct of a support of Prince Reza Pahlavi. This was supporting Prince Reza Pahlavi this directly. So let's play this video.
Senator Lindsey Graham here with Crown Prince of Iran. I have followed you, your passion, the way you articulate the hope of your people. It will be up to the people of Iran to pick their next leader. I can't wait till they have a chance to do that. But you are really risen to the occasion, compelling narrative for the long-suffering people of Iran. And I believe with all my heart that help is on the way.
Senator, thank you so much for all your words of support for my compatriots in the darkest time in our history. But hopefully, as we say in Iran, in Farsi, the end of the dark night is light. And this is probably the first time we are so close to victory. You witnessed the resilience of my compatriots. They are fighting a brave fight, and any solidarity can only help them achieve that goal sooner. I've been committed to this all my life to serve my nation, and hopefully, as the senator just said, we hope that the Iranian people will this time have complete freedom, and the choice will be theirs. We are here to serve them, to make that choice in freedom, and that's what my commitment. And thank you for your support, Senator.
Thank you. And President Trump, thank you for picking the people over the Ayatollah. You're the first one to do that. Thank you for acknowledging that the only way you can make Iran great again is for the protesters to win over the regime. And I believe that day is at hand. And to the American people, it matters to us. This is the largest state sponsor of terrorism on the planet. They have American blood on their hands. And the people protesting in the streets could be our best friends. God bless them.
God bless the United States of America and the American friends, and God bless the Iranian people.
Amen.
Look at this. Both of them have "Make Iran Great Again" hats. Isn't that nice?
That's very
Matching.
cool. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. I think, like from an American perspective, if you have a long view and a realistic view, and you know a little bit about the past, like the problems that Iran has brought to the American economy, to the service members, are something that should be known. Like this isn't a far off war. This has been a thorn on our side. It's been our blood on their hands for a very long time. Lindsey obviously understood this, was like, this is supporting, His Royal Highness and causes like Nufti, which I think are wonderful causes that don't get enough attention. I think we should redouble our efforts on talking about that, because I think it's an excellent cause. And as you see him here, he's obviously supporting it.
Yeah. There's so many Iranian people that are right now, I'm seeing on X, posting about this right now. Look at this. This person, these are Iranians commenting on this. Like this one, look at this, got 4,000 likes. Let's see what she's saying. She's saying, "I never thought this video would make me cry one day. Uncle Lindsey, where are you? When there were no one more honorable than you in that country's politics." That these are Iranian people crying over and being upset over losing Uncle Lindsey.
Apparently, I'm commonly referred to as Uncle Lindsey in Iran, and apparently that's a good thing.
Oh, so this video is making her cry. Well, it's saying Iranians call him Amu Lindsey. Amu Lindsey means Uncle Lindsey. Look at this.
Apparently, I'm commonly referred to as Uncle Lindsey in Iran, and apparently that's a good thing.
Oh,
Yes,
that's-
that is a good thing, and yeah, it's a good guy. Like, it's hard. Let me see how I can explain this. It's hard to compare to anyone right now. I can't think of anyone within politics like an elected leader that has gone this hard in the paint for the Iranian people. Well, Trump very much in a high position pointed out how much, but this is more consistent, more tireless, and I think it's been going on even before Trump. I don't know. Well, Trump has also always been against the IRGC, but this is a great loss because he has more time to dedicate to the cause, and he was going hard against the IRGC and the evils that they did against the protesters. He was hard in the paint and the support of the protesters. You guys just saw him with His Royal Highness, right? He was for the cause, and I am very much for this cause. There's a lot of people that aren't in tune with politics, aren't in tune with the military, so they don't know how much of our blood the IRGC has on his hands. But this man knew. This man is a veteran. He knew.
yeah. And okay, so you guys all saw this picture of Uncle Lindsey holding the Iranian flag, the lion and sun flag of Iran. So look at this. I'm just seeing a lot of Iranians right now posting a lot. So this person posted this picture, hoping to see a statue of Uncle Lindsey holding the lion and sun flag of Iran in Tehran. And let me see what he or she said. They said, the man who fought for freedom and always stood by the freedom seekers. Your memory is forever in our hearts, Uncle Lindsey. So just trying to show you what Iranians are posting. Here's another Iranian posted this picture of Lindsey Graham and Prince Reza Pahlavi.
Another good picture.
And yeah, another good picture. And let me see, here's the translation saying, Lindsey Graham was a true friend to the people of Iran and stood by Iran in the hardest days. And a lot of people are posting this video again, saying, Bedrood Mard Buzurg Faramushat Nemikonim, which means farewell, great man. We will never forget you. And they posting this video of him here. Let me, yeah. So yeah, so many, again, a lot of Iranians are posting this video. So this person, ایران رو به عظمت میرسونیم، اما لینزی تو تنها خارجی هستی که همیشه در قلب ما میمونی. So saying, we will bring Iran to greatness. Uncle Lindsey, you are the only foreigner who will always remain in our hearts. And they posted this video.
Make Iran great again. Morgan, your hat made it to Munich. Make Iran great by picking the people, not the Ayatollah. Make Iran great by putting the people in charge. God bless you all. Iran will be great again when the people are in charge. Help is on the way.
One more time. I need to listen to this one more time.
Make Iran great again. Morgan, your hat made it to Munich. Make Iran great by picking the people, not the Ayatollah. Make Iran great by putting the people in charge. God bless you all. Iran will be great again when the people are in charge. Help is on the way.
I mean, he's absolutely right.
Okay, and here's another good picture of him holding the hat, "Make Iran Great Again." Here's another Iranian posting about him, saying بدرود عمو لینزی، بدرود. امروز من و مردم ایران برای رفتن از حج ریختیم. یاد تو در ایران تا ابد میماند. با نامگذاری خیابانی در تهران به نام شما که دوست واقعی مردم ایران بودی، مرد شریف. So he says, farewell, Uncle Lindsey, farewell. Today, me and the people of Iran shed tears for your departure. Your memory in Iran will remain forever with the naming of a street in Tehran after you, who was a true friend of the Iranian people and nobleman. And they posted this video. Saying farewell, Uncle Lindsey, from Iranians to USA. And then we had this other person posted this, a street being named, they just edited this video hoping for a future where Iran could name a street after him. Yeah. Let me read some of your super chats. Okay, Rafi, thank you so much. Saying rest in peace, Amu Lindsey. What is this? I think Durud. Your battle was for good, and so we carry it on. We lost a dear friend. Yes, true. Thank you, Rafi. And then we got Justin with the super chat saying, not sure if it's accurate, but reports dozen U.S. military personnel injured in Kuwait in IRGC missile attack. Is that what you're seeing? I haven't seen that. Let me see. I hope it's not true. Monkey, you're here? Let me see.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a possibility that they are engaging in attacks. Like, we do know that the ceasefire is at an end. We do know that we have, I think there's been 170 strikes by last count. So there's a very strong possibility that something is happening. But the thing is, we're trying to be responsible about what we report. So we may get a kind person trying to give us an update and donate, which is always appreciated. But we have to verify reports before we say, hey, this happened or didn't. It's just our, trying to be responsible when we speak of these things.
Yeah, but we do appreciate you telling us to look into it, So
absolutely. And thank you very much. That's I'm trying to talk to you guys, explain what's going on, while allow Armin to have a little time to check in on this.
Oh, thank you, Mikey.
I'm trying, because we got to keep the people entertained, some teamwork effort here, and we got to do it. Love you guys.
Yeah. Jeweler with the super chat saying, I wish he was still alive so he could witness how the biggest defeat in U.S. history would play out over the next few years. Yeah, sure, Jeweler. The same way that you predicted millions of people will show up for Ali Khamenei's funeral, and it was an embarrassing maximum being generous 500,000. You couldn't even get 1 million people. You predicted none of your. I like this because none of your predictions come true. So. Yeah, your prediction here actually gives me a lot of optimism because whatever you say, the opposite of it happens.
Well, it's not the defeat of U.S. It's one of the biggest we've seen. Like we've seen the fall of, the Imperial Japan. We've seen the fall of Nazi Germany. We may see the IRGC as one of the greatest. Like it could be accurate. He just doesn't, from his perspective, is wrong. But we might see the greatest victory, the victory against the IRGC.
Exactly. You start this. You wanted to respond to this?
Yes, he's talking about the thousands of GIs. Like Islam is a warlord.
No, you should read it first. You should read it first, so people know.
Okay, like sometimes, like the IRGC murdered thousands of GIs in Iraq with IEDs in Beirut, Cobra, Afghanistan. Take them all out. These mafia taxes hit friends and relatives. Like, yeah, the Islamic Republic, the way they operate is very bad. They're very cowardly. They used to bury in the roadside. They would bury IEDs as like improvised explosives, so that it would hit our convoys. And we lost many people like that. That is a tactic that was fomented, taught, and spread by the IRGC. And this is a watcher from X, from Twitter. So I want to also give all you guys a shout out and thank you all for watching and participating here. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah. George with a super chat saying, if IRGC wants to take credit for this, why argue? Let him take credit and the consequences. Yeah, we will advertise the fact that they're taking credit. If they, when they come out and take credit, we will advertise it. But we're not going to claim it just because we don't claim it ourselves until we see evidence, doesn't mean that we're not going to advertise that they're taking credit for it, for sure. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Nathaniel, I think did I pronounce this right? Saying, thank you so much for the super chat. Saying Lindsey was Israel's best friend in Washington. I know he was Iran's best friend, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's true as well. Yeah, thank you.
I believe that's pretty accurate by what I've seen.
Pretty accurate, right? So, and it actually makes sense. If you're Iran's best friend, then you would be also Israel's best friend, because they're pretty much, Iran and Israel are pretty much aligned. And Jew hater saying, bro is crying because a neocon who wants the entire world under the American domination is well to see. Wow, projection much? Like the people who actually brag about Islam dominating the whole world and making all infidels submit is projecting that to Lindsey Graham. Sure, buddy. Saying, Army, he doesn't care for you idiots. He wants control. Your ideology that you believe in actually says that it wants global domination, right? That, and Lindsey Graham never said that, but you do actually transparently say that. Actually it gives me a lot of comfort that you say all of these things, because the more you hate what we say, the more the more confidence I have that we're on the right side of things. So thank you for that, and thank you for
also like just commenting on that. Like Lindsey was supporting, like what Lindsey is supporting is individual rights and freedom. Islam is absolutely against individual rights and freedoms. Like there's no bigger contrast than that. I think that's a really basic thing that we can point out, the difference between having individual rights and freedom and Islam taking that away wherever it goes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Okay. So let's go here. Jagatai with the super chat saying, I remember Lindsey Graham stood with His Royal Highness and Iranian people when no one else did, and made sure Trump knew. He has passed the torch to us, and we will continue his mission. Yes, we will. We will. Thank you, Jagatai. That's beautiful. Oh, look at this. This is coping. This is like, look at the level of coping here, guys. Jewish is saying funeral attendance denial, new lows for the Pahlavis. Well, Jewish, how would you then explain the fact that your people, pro-regime people in the streets, were crying about low attendance? We showed the videos of people in the streets attending the funeral crying about low attendance. How are you going to explain that away? We have the receipts, and keep coping. Shay with a super chat saying, heartbroken, shocked. Amu Lindsey is the only politician I've cried for besides our Shahanshah Arya Mayor. Oh, yeah, I understand. And thank you, Shay. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, so many Iranian. This is the feeling that so many Iranian people have today. And thank you. You start 2 comments, Monkey. You want to respond? You want to highlight and respond to them?
Yes. From Maya Marie, she's telling us my husband is from Iran, fled to Iran in 1977, right before the regime took over. He told me stories about the regime, that the regime would tell little boys that they would get to glory and paradise if they would walk the minefields to clear the mines.
Yes.
So they're incredibly deceptive.
Yeah. No, that was they used a lot of child soldiers. The Islamic Republic during the Iran-Iraq War used a lot of child soldiers, and their main one of the main things that they used them for is to basically go at the front to go on top of the mines so that the adult, big, more grown-up soldiers wouldn't die on the mines. Yeah. I'm going to highlight this, but we're not going to. Monkey, I suggest we not take direction from this. Saying please read. Please, I don't know what you want to respond to this because you're the Christian here. I'm an atheist, so I don't even want to. You want to read this, Monkey? He's talking to you. Okay.
Okay, look, I would have blocked him. Like, I don't really want to reply either. You want these people to talk? Like on my channel, he'd be blocked. I don't even put up with this shit. But I mean, I could look into it, and maybe later, I'll address it if I want to. But I don't think it's worth looking into.
I think the best response to this is that your prophet raped a child, and your Quran supports child rape, and wife beating and sex slaves. So every time you try to use to highlight anything in other religions, we use that as an opportunity to say that Muhammad raped children, and you admit it. There you go. That's, I think, the best way to respond to that.
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then wait, hold on.
They also like to talk to Christians like we're Jewish, like it's the same thing. It's a little weird. Like we follow the New Testament. There's things in the Old Testament we follow, but it's like a misunderstanding. Like some people misunderstand Islam and they're saying that there's some kind of reform. They kind of do like these people don't understand the book that their prophet plagiarized loosely.
But I think what he did, Monkey. What he really did is that he was trying to distract from the fact that I was exposing that Ali Khamenei's funeral was low in numbers. So he just basically was trying to change the topic and take attention away from that, right? Because he predicted that millions of people will show up. So this is the most embarrassing thing about his prediction, because he was really hoping that he could come humiliate us with that. So when he has no response and he doesn't have a comeback, he was like, oh, look at this Bible verse. Look at this Bible verse. It's basically a misdirection. That's the tactic.
Yeah. He likes to take attention away from his, Schrodinger's Mujtaba, his, cutlet Tupperware Ayatollah, and his pedo slaver prophet.
Yeah, exactly. Every time we embarrass him about Mujtaba missing, every time we embarrass him about how there's basically less than 1 million people showed up at the funeral, he's just like the first thing he does is that he comes up with a Bible verse for us to read, and you're like, we're not gonna dance by your, you're not going. Anyways, let's go look at more. We got another super chat. Justin saying Jew hater, and then he clarified, you without sin cast the first stone. When the Jewish Pharisees said the exact same thing, you just said here. Do you understand this, Monkey? I don't understand.
Yeah, because he's referring. Okay, so he's talking to me, a Christian, about the Old Testament, and Justin is saying, yeah. And then in the New Testament, Jesus says, anyone that's without sin, come here and judge sin. Anybody that's without sin, come here and cast the first stone. So I think this is part of, because Muslims claim to come from this lineage of these two books, but don't actually understand it or read it. They take quotes out of context and try to use them, and they always misuse them because they don't understand the context, because their prophet was an illiterate pedo slaver.
And then Push Up saying, Jew hater reading Torah, he's converting to Judaism. Yes. So yeah, Jew hater, we're not gonna let you distract us from the main topic. Today is about Lindsey Graham. I'll just highlight your super chat, but we're not gonna direct us away from the main topic today. But anyways, let's go to other Iranians posting about Lindsey Graham. So this is another Iranian posting this. Quote tweeting Prince Reza Pahlavi's post that we already read. So she's saying everyone in life has many opportunities to leave behind a lasting legacy that can represent their human principles. And Senator Lindsey Graham was one of those who left a very pleasant memory in the minds of Iranian fighters and stood by the Iranian people. May his soul rest in peace and may his memory be cherished. So this was in Persian and I translated it to English. And she posted this video.
Make Iran great again. Morgan, your hat made it to Munich. Make Iran great by picking the people, not the Ayatollah. Make Iran great by putting the people in charge. God bless you all. Iran will be great again when the people are in charge. God is all the way.
So yeah, Iranians are really spending a lot of time posting about Lindsey Graham. Like my social media is filled with Iranian accounts posting about this.
I understand. Like you know, it's like I understand it's a great loss for Iranians, but the consequences are large, like very large in American politics. Like we are facing some real problems if we don't have the votes to do some of the things we have to do. Getting the SAVE Act, passed is very, very important, because what do you think is going to have to happen to Iran if the Democrats win the midterms and their socialist, their socialist branch? It's going to be dire. Like every Iranian in America that understands that America's best interests are the same as Iran's best interest, and who supported this American veteran, patriot in his efforts to make the world a better place for America through helping the people of Iran, should know that it is incredibly important to try to understand American politics and know that this isn't separate from you. This is very, very important, because the loss of it's not like, I understand the loss of him as a person, but you have to understand how this changes the ground game, right? I know that this is maybe not the day for it. Maybe I should wait till tomorrow to talk more about this, to give people a little bit of time to grieve. But, this kind of worries me on a different level.
President Trump was on CNN talking about Lindsey Graham. So let's listen to this.
No, I think his finest moment was his defense of Brett Kavanaugh, who's a terrific guy and was treated very, very unfairly by the Democrats. Very unfair. I've never seen anything like it. Maybe the worst I've ever seen anyone treated. That includes me. Well, maybe not me, but it includes just about everybody. He was treated so unfairly, and Lindsey, as you remember, had that moment. And I'll tell you, Jake, I think it was a top 10, maybe a top 5 moment in the history of the Senate. It was an incredible display, and he did it from the heart. He felt strongly about Brett, and he did it from the heart, and it turned that whole thing around. He was really amazing. That was one they should replay. I think.
Yeah, that's the one that we played. That's the one that we played. It was pretty epic, the way he did that. Yeah. You have two comments that you wanted to respond to?
Yes. This is from Islam is a Warlord Death Cult of Genocide on Twitter. saying today is about counting remaining loyal senators, and if the House falls in November, and if the House votes for impeachment, will the Senate now convict? Like, these are the things we have to face, right? So this is why he's saying, you know, no time to warn Greece, mourn later. Like, I understand this is a message more for Americans, right? That's where I would put that message, because like Iranians, you're not involved in American politics, and I understand that. But for Americans, it is very important to not let the levers of power to fall in the hands of people who support all this evil, right? Like, we don't have the luxury of mourning one of our own on the political sphere. Like, their family should have time to mourn. Their loved ones, their coworkers, they should have time to mourn. For us that are a little bit more indirect to his personal life, we have to understand the coming battle, and we have to get ready, because it's a very, I think it's one of the most important midterms in my lifetime, and I'm pretty old.
No, you're not. You sound very young.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love you too.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay, wow, look at this. The Iranian people are posting look, this one image of Lindsey got 14,000 likes. And you know what this is? This is the wink that he did to Prince Reza Pahlavi.
Yeah, like, I'm on your side. Like we're together in this.
And this person in Persian saying, you winked your way into the hearts of many Iranian patriots. You winked your wink your way into the hearts of many Iranian patriots. That's what they're saying. What he said, just by that wink.
I mean, you know, it's charming. People love charm.
That
Southern charm.
No, the comment is very sweet. You winked your way into the hearts of many Iranian patriots.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so here more Iranians are saying Uncle Lindsey.
I was meaning that Lindsey had Southern charm, like you know, that wink, that
I know.
smile.
Yeah,
He's a very charming person.
So this guy is saying Uncle Lindsey is not with us anymore. Posted this video. This is another Iranian.
The Arab countries in the region have been more than disappointing. If the media reports are true, that if the Arab countries are okay with Iran's Ayatollah staying in power, I'm going to reevaluate my entire opinion of the Arab world alliance. I've tried to be very hopeful to build on the Abraham Accords, but this idea of saying one thing behind closed doors and something else in public is coming to an end. So I've called Arab allies and I said, you need to correct the record. If you don't understand this is the biggest moment for change since the fall of the Berlin Wall, you're missing a lot. This is a religious war. Who wins it at the end of the day? Do the radical Islamic terrorists who want to kill all the Jews because God told them to? What we're facing right now is a moment of decision that will set the course of the future of the Mideast for 1,000 years.
And then here,
I think he's accurate. Like, I think now the Persian Gulf states have started to realize that truth. Like, having them in charge, like allowing Iran to stick around is a bad idea.
Right.
IRGC.
Right. Yes, exactly. Here, let me see this one.
But tonight, it's late at night, Israel is in a fight for their lives. Our friends in Israel are surrounded by people who would kill them all if they could. I am tired of the word genocide. Let me tell you about genocide. If Israel wanted to commit genocide, they could. They have the capability to do that. They choose not to. Hamas, they would commit genocide in 30 seconds. They just can't. And that's the big difference, folks. To people in my party, I'm tired of this crap. Israel is our friend. They're the most reliable friend we have in the Mideast. They're a democracy, surrounded by people who would cut their throats if they could. This is not a hard choice if you're an American. It's not a hard choice if you're a Christian. A word of warning. If America pulls the plug on Israel, God will pull the plug on us. And we're not going to let that happen. So I just want to end with this thought that President Trump has stood with Israel at the most difficult time since its founding. October the 7th was an effort to destroy the state of Israel, the largest loss of Jewish life since the Holocaust. And here we are almost 2 years later, and Israel's the bad guy. That's ridiculous. Israel is not the bad guy. They're the good guy. The bad guys are the radical Islamists who would kill everybody in this room if they could. So I haven't lost my vision of right and wrong. When it comes to foreign policy, President Trump has stood up for all the right things, and he stood up against wrong things, just like Reagan.
Wow.
But
he was, oh my God. This
On
is
point.
exactly what we need. On point, yeah. Oh, President Trump had another post on Truth Social saying, in honor of the remarkable life and achievements of Senator Lindsey Graham, a dear friend of mine and a truly great man who achieved so much for our country and his beloved home state of South Carolina, I am ordering all American flags throughout the United States lowered to half-mast until Saturday evening at 6 p.m. God bless you, Lindsey. President Donald J. Trump.
Thank you.
And then we have other more Iranian accounts posting pictures like this. Rest in peace, Amu Lindsey, a great friend of the Iranian people, forever remembered for standing beside Iran's Lion and Sun revolution. So that moment that he picked up the Lion and Sun flag, that's the moment that many Iranians are like highlighting.
It's being immortalized.
Yes, exactly. And then, you know, look at this. It's all over. Like look at this. This is another account, Iranian account.
Be back in 1 second.
Yeah. He was saying, I saw the Iranian call me Uncle Lindsey. All the evil of the world today is happy, and all the good of the world is sad that a great patriot has been lost from the world. May his memory be cherished and eternal. He was saying, I saw that Iranians. Yeah, so let me play this.
Make Iran great again. Morgan, your hat made it to Munich. Make Iran great by picking the people, not the Ayatollah. Make Iran great by putting the people in charge. God bless you all. Iran will be great again when the people are in charge. Help is on the way.
Wow, I got chills. I got chills just watching this. Yeah. Let me put this image while I respond to your super chats. Okay, we got 3 more super chats. Justin saying, Jew hater, just go read about Night of Al Zut. Again, you'll feel better after that. Exactly. Exactly. Sayed saying, his wink was the very first memory that came to mind upon hearing of his passing. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Sayed. Jew hater with another disgusting comment, but Jew hater, I wouldn't say that if I were you, because the way that your supreme leader was killed by the Americans and Israelis is so humiliating to you and everything that you stand for. Lindsey Graham died peacefully in his bed, and your supreme leader was killed like a rat in a hole. No insults to rats. And I wouldn't talk about people dying if I was you, because your supreme leader died in the most humiliating way. Don't remind your enemies of people dying, because that's what we remember every time you say that. Again, you're not very good at this, Jew hater. You're really not good at this. If you're here to try to, like, I don't know, trigger us and make us upset, this is backfiring on you and everybody that's on your side. Every time you say something to make fun of, other religions that is not Islam, about other leaders dying, we have so much more on you than you have on us. And you should know that by now. This is not working out for you. Like, you're giving us so much ammunition to come up with new ways to embarrass you guys. So thank you for that. And thank you for supporting the Zionist channel.
I also want to
Thank
point
you.
out that from a Christian standpoint, God calling someone to him to be in perfect love and warmth forever is it's not a bad thing. And that means that his mission is accomplished, will be accomplished, and that greater things will come. Like if you're like looking at this from the religious standpoint, that's what we believe. I don't know what the illiterate pedo-slaver taught you. I know that you guys believe in an illiterate pedo-slaver that believe everything everyone told him. And, I do think that it's the Night of Al-Zud is a very good problem from you. You're taking, a lot of this direction from pedo-slaver and illiterate pedo-slaver, very much in the Al-Zud sense. So, every time you talk, all you do is bring attention that the illiterate pedo-slaver Muhammad, police be upon him, was just an idiot.
Yeah. I do want to thank our mods here in the YouTube chat. I know this is one of the hardest chats to admin. Other YouTubers just get rid of the people that are coming here to spread their garbage views, and that makes modding a lot easier when the YouTuber that you're modding for just allows you to ban people. So I know that you're still modding here, even though I made your job so much more difficult by just allowing these people to be here. I just appreciate you guys just still modding. Even though I made your job so difficult, I appreciate you guys, tolerating my crazy method of just allowing all of these ideas to be here. I know it's kind of like, maybe a bit radical to just allow anything in the chat, and I know most people don't do that. So I appreciate the mods being patient with me and allowing this to be and allowing it to be like this here. And again, you guys are awesome. The mods in the chat, you make it possible for us to have this discussions with bad takes, but still at the same time you're just here to remove the spam. And that's not like it doesn't make it fun to be a mod here, because you're only removing spam and you don't even get the satisfaction of taking out some of these garbage people, right? So it's not that fun to be a mod here. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Look, for that kind of fun, that's why I made them mods on my channel. Like Texas is a mod on my channel. Like a lot of your mods are mods that if you want that fun, you get it out on my channel. You come on over, you take these people out. I have no problem with it on my channel. And that's not a problem on my channel. Like if anybody comes crying to Armin about something that I did on my channel, on my stream, you're fucked. Armin is gonna say that's his fucking property, that's his channel. What the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, of course. Me and Monkey will respect each other's strategies, right?
Absolutely. And hey, I gotta respect the hustle, because this is one of your biggest donors. Like if we're gonna count up the money, who is funding the Lion and Son? This guy he's the highest funder of the Lion and Son. Like that's pretty obvious.
Yeah. I mean, it's mostly because I want to also allow just garbage takes to be exposed, But yeah, push-ups with the super chat saying, Armin, favorite Quran verse? Favorite Quran verse is the one where God talks about shooting stars being angels picking stars from the sky and throwing it at jinns as a weapon. Saying stars are basically a decoration of skies, but they also could be used for weapons, for angels to shoot at demons, to throw at demons, and that's what shooting stars are. It shows how stupid the core, how God, the creator of the universe can't tell the difference between stars and doesn't know that shooting stars are not actually stars, and you just mix them with each other. And that whole story is actually kind of interesting and funny. But yeah, I mean, I could talk that specific verse. I could speak about that for hours. Like that verse is very revealing about the origins of Islam, and that's also funny. And thank you, Perchaps, for the super chat. And Jewett saying, "Bro, you're conquered by Middle Eastern traditions. You're a burrito eating brownie. What the hell are you talking about? I don't know.
What does this have against burritos? Burritos are delicious. Like, I'm not Mexican,
Yeah.
but I like burritos. That's number one. Number two, I don't want to have my heart pulled out to make the sun go up. So if I want a tradition, it's not an Inca tradition or an Aztec tradition or a cannibal tradition. And this is very rich, coming for the pagan Kaaba worshiping your pagan cube, bowing to your pagan cube 5 times a day. Why do you bow to a pagan cube? Why do you kiss a pagan rock all day? Like, you're a bunch of pagans. You're a pagan about it. You kill over images. What's more pagan than that? There is no one more pagan than Islam. Like, you're just a bunch of paganists. Everything you do is pagan. You bow to a old, ancient pagan square. That's what the Kaaba is. The Kaaba is a pagan square. It's always been a pagan square. You know you're a pagan, right? You're just so full of shit that you were conquered by a Middle Eastern tradition. Where is Mecca? Where is Mecca? You were conquered by a Middle Eastern tradition. It's you who copy pasted what a goat herding caravan or pedo slaver heard about the Middle East. Like, you're a bunch of Kaaba worshipping pedo slavers that copied Middle Eastern traditions, but you kept all your paganism every time you bow to that pagan square. That's what you're doing. Like, stop talking shit. Like, you're a paganist. Let's be real.
Oh my God, he's not very good at this, is he?
Like, he's just giving us opportunity. Like he would be judged for causing people to get away from Islam, because every time he talks, people are like, you know what? It is weird that these Muslims, this Islamist bow to a pagan square 5 times a day.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. You got another super chat by Gil. I think Gil Ram. Okay, saying Lindsey Graham and Charlie Kirk are immortal. These giants that stood by God, Israel, and Iran's people, by God, Israel, and Iran's people, will be remembered and honored in eternity. You know what? Even me as an atheist could say that yes, these people are immortal, because we will never forget them. And I agree with that. And thank you for the super chat. And then Auntie K, thank you so much for the super chat, saying, Armin and Monkey, let these people that choose not to guard their words and hearts pass by you. They are piling a plate full, and will not like that feast that they are preparing for themselves. Auntie K. Let me see, what does this mean? They are piling a plate full and will not like that feast that they are preparing for themselves. Oh, okay, I get it. So they're doing, okay. I mean, let them pass. Let these people that choose not to guard their words and hearts pass by you. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to just let them pass by me. I do want to respond. What do you think, Monkey? I do want to come down on them hard.
Let me analyze.
Maybe I don't understand. Yeah.
Let these people, like those people that choose not to guard their words and hearts, pass by you. Like, those people, they don't guard their words and they don't guard their hearts.
But what do you mean by pass by you? What do you mean by pass by you? Like, not respond to them? Is that what you meant?
No, I would like, not affect you. I would, they are piling a plate full of bullshit and will not like the feast that they are preparing for themselves. Like, they're going to have to eat all the shit that they're talking. Like they're piling on. It's like they're serving a plate, right? And they are preparing a feast that they prepare for themselves. So you're serving yourself a plate full of bullshit that you're gonna have to eat because they're talking a lot of shit
so it's like
about
karma.
what's gonna happen, and what's gonna happen is they're gonna get wiped out.
So it's like karma, basically. That's what.
Yes, they're gonna get their karma. So don't let it affect your feelings.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I think. Even if they don't get anything coming to them, for here's the thing. The way I look at it, and let me know, Monkey. Okay. So if people who have these bad takes, I honestly don't really care if they end up having a bad life or a good life, right? I don't care, even like I'm not gonna, if somebody who is against us ends up having a very good life with no problem and nothing bad really happens to them, and they're our enemy, honestly, in my opinion, yeah, I don't mind that. I don't care. What I mind is them causing harm to other people, right? So my principle is harm reduction. My principle is not, I want to, I try not to, I fail at it, but I try not to need the suffering of the people, that are against us. I mean, if they do suffer, they had it coming to them, right? And we will show it to everybody as a way to, see the consequences of their actions. But that's not the goal. The main goal that I have is to stop them from harming other people. If somebody with the worst ideas in their own isolated world have a good life, as long as somehow we stop them from harming other people, that's a success, right? So I want, Auntie K, I wouldn't let these people, hurt me or make me upset. The reason. So if I appreciate the fact that you're worried about our emotional state, but I just want to let you know, just so that you feel better about where we're coming from, because I can see that you care about us and you want to make sure that we're not getting affected by it and getting hurt by this, right? The reason why I respond to people with garbage take is not because I'm hurt and I'm trying to respond to make up for the fact that they hurt me. The reason why we respond to them as aggressively as we do is because we're trying to not let their views be take over. We need to have a pushback against these people spreading poison. This is a cancerous tumor that is spreading, and it needs to be stopped. There needs to be a response. Grease Monkey, are you there?
Yes, I just sent you something in relation to the next super chat. But I completely agree with what you're saying. Like sometimes what we're doing is also being exemplary. Like sometimes you need people who are. Oh, can you hear me?
Why are you black?
It's okay to be black. I'm kind of mixed. Like I'm black and white. That's a joke. That's a joke. I don't think Arvin is racist at all. I'm kidding.
Yes.
No, but like my thoughts on this, that sometimes it is necessary to be exemplary because some people don't know. Why are you black? You said it kind of funny. Black? You gave me a layup. I had to dunk it. It was so funny. But okay. Let me get to the point. Like sometimes it's good to have an exemplary person that enjoys this, because you're gonna hear this argument on your own, in your own chats, in your own life, in your own comments, if you have any kind of platform. And sometimes you hear Armin and you're like, you know what? I'm not gonna let this make me angry. I'm just gonna say what Armin would say or what Monkey would say. And you have some people that are good at replying to this stuff, and you can use us as a conduit, as an example, to know how to respond if you want to. So that's another aspect that I would add.
Right. Okay. We got a membership gift by this other Jew hater. You guys are really bad at being anti-Jew. You're supporting a Zionist channel. You guys suck at your job. Unbelievable. You should be fired by the Islamic Republic or Qatar. I don't know who's funding you, but you should get fired. You're not doing your job right. Jagatai with the super chat saying maybe daily Quran verse segments sponsored by Jew Hater. Yeah, yeah, we could do that, or we could just do it the easy way. Just call the prophet a rapist, a child rapist that he was, and also remind them about the Al Zut night every time. So that usually shuts them up. That usually gets them to try to like, but what about this? Like they try to like, let's go look at this Bible verse. Let's look at, this and that. They always try to distract. When you show them the most embarrassing parts of the religion, they try to distract you. I actually have this opportunity. This next super chat is a good way to promote Monkey's channel. I want to use this as an opportunity. Thank you, Jew Hater, for making people the motivation to go subscribe to the Monkeys channel. Saying so, Jew Hater saying Greasy is low IQ, conquered individual. No one watches your channel, LMAO. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Monkey actually just got started. So like nobody watches your channel. Monkey just got started with his YouTube channel, right? So
I have
guys,
twice.
let's make Jew Hater angry because he says nobody watches Monkey's channel. So let's help Monkey get more subscribers. He already has 600 subscribers. He's, guys, usually this is actually pretty impressive because it usually takes 18 months to get 1,000 subscribers, and Monkey just got started and he already has 600 subscribers. So let's make the Jew Hater angry. Thank you for the super chat, because this super chat is really good. Jew Hater, look at this. You guys are so bad at this. This is the best super chat that you could have given me to motivate people to go subscribe to Monkey's channel. Guys, look at this. This Jew Hater is making fun of Monkey for not many people watching his channel. So go do us a favor and subscribe to Monkey so that we could make this person cry behind his in his, I don't know, mom's basement or wherever he is. Right? Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Go on, Monkey. You want to say something?
Tonight we are going to be talking about Lindsey Graham's efforts within the United States. We are going to be talking about his efforts to make sure that as a Latino or a Black person, we're not disenfranchised by these illegal immigrants trying to stop this efforts to make people be able to vote without an ID. I think in Puerto Rico we vote with an ID. We need an ID to vote. Our electoral votes went to Trump. That's exactly where they went. The GOP is in power here. Like our government is aligned with the GOP. And I just want to put it out there. We're going to be talking about this today. I'm going to set a goal today. What do you think? 650? Is that a good goal to put in there?
Ooh, can you get to 650s? You're at 650.
Yeah, maybe we
right
could
now.
get 625 on this stream. I don't know. Maybe that's a possibility. Maybe we can get 10 more. But like for the day, I'd like to end the night with 650 after I'm done with my stream. That's my long-term goal. And, I just want to put it out there that there's a lot of Latinos and Black people that are being disenfranchised by the Democrats. And the Democrats are legitimately a force against people of color, Americans of color that turn towards Trump. They don't care about our vote. They never did. They're trying to cancel it out by allowing illegal immigrants to vote without an ID.
So guys, I put again, look at this, Jew Hater. Everything you do backfires. Everything you do backfires. At some point, you have to tell yourself, I'm actually not good at this. I put the link into the chat for Monkey's channel. Go subscribe to him. Thank you very much. Okay, so push-ups with a super chat saying globalize the empanada. Okay.
Yes, empanada, empanadilla, pastelillo, mofongo, morcilla, a lot of pinchos. Pinchos are like shish kebabs, but we use pork and we put like a little, baked bread at the tip to get the sauce. And globalize good food. That's what you need to globalize.
Right, that's good. You want to read this one?
Yes, Rafiorin, my best Quran verse, the one they said before they announced that Mushali is dead, come and return to Allah something. Like, hey, apparently he doesn't know it by heart, but that's what they used.
Oh, I think Enna Lala Enna Alayhi Rajon. I think that one something. The one that they read that after. Yes. Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a good one because that one we have a song for it now when they were crying and reading it. Yep. I know what you're saying. And then we got another super chat from Jew Hater saying Islam fastest growing religion in South America, easy to conquer. LOL.
That's false, and I sent you a picture about it where you could prove it false. Because I'm going to show you what's the fastest growing.
Ooh, look at this. Monkey comes with
that's what's growing fast. The loss of your support, the loss of support for Iran, the loss of support for Russia. Well, Putin's criminalized counterintelligence. I don't know how Jeff says it.
Just
Putin's
Putin,
criminal
just
cartel.
Putin.
And
just
Putin and his
Putin.
crazy
I don't know
people.
why Jeffrey says that. Jeffrey should just say Putin. Yeah.
Putin. Yeah. Putin's gang. Putin's gang. They're losing support. Like you can see, like the largest growing, ideology in South America is conservatism. It's law and order, right? Everything that Islam is getting away, and everything that this is coming forward, and it's pretty obvious.
Okay, we got another super chat from Push Up saying, "Armin canceled." Yes, I was asking you why are you black, and now I'm canceled.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Push Ups.
I'm so offended.
Oh no, sorry.
I'm being oppressed.
Thank you, Push Up. BT June with a super chat. Okay, you read this one. Sometimes I don't understand what BT June is saying. Don't worry,
chat. Apostasy is at its highest point of fact, and 50 to 80% of converts go on to reject Islam also. So there's a large rate of apostasy. There's apostates left and right. Like I have my favorite apostate prophet. I think he's a great guy. I think a lot of people should follow him. He does great work. But there's a lot of good apostates out there. There's a lot of them. So many of them are in this chat. Apostasy is at an all-time high. And, Jewish haters copy.
Yeah, these people just count the birth rates, but they don't count the people in the Islamic world who stopped being Muslims. And good point, BT John. And then we got another super chat. This is from how do you pronounce his name?
Stuart Harrington.
Stuart Harrington saying for Jew hater, this is for Jew haters saying Haydar Khamenei Parpar. Yes, fantastic. Haydar Khamenei Parpar. Yes, that's a good one.
Is parpar like popcorn?
That is popcorn and corn. Yes. Oh yeah, good thing. You pointed that out as well. Jew hater, this is for you. I think you want to respond to this.
Hispanics for GOP.
Before you respond, Jew hater, like you do realize that Monkey is like destroying you every single time that you post this. This is not working out for you. But go on, Monkey.
Saying Hispanics for GOP is like chickens for KFC. No, like we have very Christian values. We're not for pedo slavers and pedo slaver ideology. Like Christians are very much against pedo slavery. They want to yeet it back to Mexico. This is another the thing is like these Jew haters. They're very racist. Like they claim that they are the ones on the left, so they are the ones that protect people of color. But no, like who enslaves more people than Islamists? No one. Most slavers in Africa are Islamists. Like, what is chickens for KFC? Islam. Islam is like chickens for KFC. It's a religion of the illiterate pedo slaver who worshipped a pagan cube, right? So you're a bunch of pedo slavers that worship a pagan cube 5 times a day. And, you're actually very racist and love racism and love to sell people into slavery. So I don't know why you think that all Latinos are Mexican. Like you're just proving that you don't represent any type of person of color, any minority. You just want your ideology.
And then, okay, we got another super chat. You want to read this one?
Baron Hoffman says, notice how Jew hater refuses to answer my questions about Hubal. Oh, so this Hubal, also known as Hubal, also known as Huba'Allah, like the original god of the Kaaba, right? Hubal. Yeah, that is funny. Hubal, like maybe it is. Like you guys like to accuse people of worshiping Baal, but I think it's you're worshiping Baal's cube in Mecca. It's very pagan. I don't know why Islam worships Baal's Cuban Mecca. I don't know. Notice how Jew hater refuses to answer my questions about Hubal. That's who they're truly worshiping at the Kaaba when they kiss that meteor. Yes, they're kissing Hubal's black asshole at the Kaaba. That's what they're doing. They're Baal, who Baal. That's Allah. Who Allah. That's who they're worshiping, and that's who. Like it's even in the Muslim writings, like the ancient Islam writings. Like the god of that square was Hubal. That's who was the god there. So congratulations on being a pagan, Jew hater.
And you want to read this one?
Legalize the cocotazo. Must be needed. Okay. So a cocotazo.
Push-ups. That's what push-ups.
Push-ups. Legalize the cocotazos. Like sometimes you say read it at first, sometimes at last. I get confused. I'm only a monkey. Come on, but have some mercy on me. But legalize the cocotazo is referring to, like, have you ever like struck something with just not your knuckles, like the next one over, like that part of your fist, like when you knock on something with, like, you knock on wood, like when you're knocking on a door, that part of the that's legalized hitting people like that. So it's like a reprimand. Legalize reprimand.
Oh wait, we're not supporting. I don't know what this is, but
we can't do that.
Violence.
It's Puerto Rican
we're not
parenting.
Supporting violence. We're not doing that. We're against violence, guys, on this channel. Violence is bad. Do not follow the laws. Do not do anything illegal. Okay.
We're going back to the food. Legalize the food. Globalize the food.
Read this one. Say it. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Shove Islam in the toilet and flush it. Yes, it is a pagan religion to who Baal, their god Baal, and they do worship a pagan square 5 days, 5 times a day. Yes, that is what they do. They are pagans.
Yeah. This other Jew hater just gave us a super chat saying humanity is better off without Lindsey Graham. He is a traitor. He was eliminated by Allah. The devil is waiting for him. Good riddance. You're not. Are you pretending to be Muslim? The devil is waiting for him. That's not even Islamic. The devil is not in charge. I know that's so embarrassing. I know Islam. I'm a murtad. I'm an apostate, and I know Islam more than you. The devil is not in charge of hell, you idiot. That's not Islamic teaching. You don't even know your own religion. Oh my God, what are you talking about? Are you watching cartoons to figure out what happens in hell? Like, read your own ideology. This is embarrassing.
This could just be a commie. It could just be a commie, and that might be it.
Pretends to be a Muslim. I don't know. Okay, this is embarrassing. You guys need to, you Muslims need to come, and I'll teach you more about your own religion than your understanding of your own religion is. Every time you speak, you embarrass yourself. You guys, like, I don't know why you don't give up. None of this has worked out for you. Anyway, guys, we are going to go to our discussion group in about 50 minutes. So come and speak to us over there. I'll put the link in the chat. I'll be there. Monkey will be there. Right? Here's the link in the chat.
Will.
Yeah, so we're going to have a group call. So this discussion group is like a 24/7 thing, but we have a group call that is starting in about 50 minutes, and you could come there and talk to us, to me and Monkey and the rest of the people in the group. The link is in the chat. The link is in the QR code at the top left. The link is in the description. The link is also in the bio of Liberty Politics, which you should subscribe to. YouTube channel Liberty Politics. You should subscribe to that. And then come join our discussion group where we have group calls every single day. Every single day we gather around and we talk about things. And also don't forget to subscribe to Monkey as well. Okay, to Monkey channel. Make sure you subscribe to that. We got one last super chat before we go. Push up saying racist armament against Puerto Rican culture.
No podemos hablar de eso. We can't talk about the cocotazos, okay? We can't. Not on YouTube. We gotta follow the rules here, okay? Come on, vamos, tranquilo. Calm down.
Wait, YouTube understands this, okay? Even if I don't, so don't try to hide it from YouTube.
No, I didn't. I just said the same thing in both languages.
Okay. Thank you, Push-Ups. Thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the racist.
And thank you guys for helping me reach the stream goal, which was reached. Appreciate you guys.
What? Oh, you did?
Refresh.
What do you mean?
It was
No
620. My goal was 625 for the stream. We
Oh,
went a little
for
over.
this stream. See, Monkey, this is what this is why I allow these idiots. They are so useful. Everything they do backfires. Everything they do backfires. You know, I got to promote
gotta
your
admit,
channel.
They let me
yes.
show off a little bit about my knowledge about the ancient Middle Eastern stuff. I know about Hubal. I know.
Yes. So you see the point that the reason why I allow these people, I don't get rid of them. They have their utility, right? Yes.
They do. I actually wrote a paper on Hubal, like a research, like kind of like a investigative report. I tried to take it to like a little bit of a scientific level. It is on the politics, the school. I put it there. So there's also good articles in school that you could post yourself. You can see great news posts. So it's not just a discussion group. Discussion group is a good part of it, but there's also news and reports that people make. Good stuff out there for you guys to check out.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. We're gonna go to our group call pretty soon, so make sure you join us over there. And thank you, Monkey, and thank you to the mods. You guys are amazing, and I'll see you guys in about Oh, by the way, also we're gonna be if you're not gonna join our discussion group, we're gonna be broadcasting it live on Liberty Politics YouTube channel, so you get to watch us have these discussions even if you don't come into our group call. All right, so there's that. Okay, guys, see you guys in 40 minutes. And until then, I'm Israel Chai, Slava Ukrainian, Cuba Libre, Long Live America, Javid Shah, Payende Iran. Mwah.